gon' play it? How you gon' play it when you ain't seen nothing this player? Me and my squad gon' turn on the squash like we don't see no other players. Ain't nothing to squash, ain't nothing to solve. You played and you already did. I'm ready to mob, I'm ready to mosh, and move it with nobody scared. Keep pushing my buttons, I might push a button and have my butt push up and slam. Made a decision to enter the lair, you better enter prepared. I seen it vividly, my vision of victory. I kill him and split the scene. Click with me, you never feel defeat. Learn how to heal from heat. I showed up to show out until the show ends. Bet they wanna know how I made it a no-win. It's gon' be a blowout. Wish I get a blow in. I just put it blow in. Show me smell a honey. It starts right here. Push up yourself on enemies. And it's a long road up ahead. Better get your steps in now. It starts right here. Ain't no regrets, it's you and me. And if you wanna be a god, it's a long way up. If you wanna be a god, it's a long way up. I'm too hyped to turn down a fight. Knock on my good night. I brought light when there was no sight. None of four in sight. I got stripes down to take a life. Won't take it in stride. Ain't no might ifs or maybes. I display my might. Yeah, I come to record the game. It's fun,
Oh,
but
man.
they don't games. I showing them all in a minute. I got them and bit them up like it was steak. I showed up to show out until the show ends. Bet they wanna know how I made it a no-win. It's gon' be a blowout. Wish I get a blow.
This is the MSI song, yeah.
Show me smell of money. It starts right here. Push up yourself on enemies. And it's a long road up ahead. Better get your steps in now. It starts right here. Ain't no regrets, it's you and me. And if you wanna be a god, it's a long way up. If you wanna be a god, it's a long way up. Push up and step on enemies. I came to conquer all the energy. Ain't no regrets, it's him or me. Blast him away, away. Once we engage in combat,
Is this man's actually out here hello question marking me when he's half an hour late?
You know, maybe.
Is that what's going on?
Just wanted to make sure you were here.
I wasn't. Oh wait, the stream's already live? I didn't want to play the stream. No though. I'll save-
Flaming me publicly.
My bad, my bad.
Alright. I need to not drink this. I need some water. Alright. I sent you the first games on YouTube.
Yep.
And then I hopefully emailed you the rest. Should have a link to download. If you can't download them, I have them to, like, I can send them individually to you.
It looks like it's going to be downloaded.
Okay. I didn't have any issues with it. Apparently OneDrive is much less selective than Google Drive, I guess. Because Google Drive, I feel like you click on those and it's like, you need permission. It's like, I thought I had it because they sent it to me, but...
Well, you know, it cares about you and your things. They don't want you accidentally giving them to the wrong people.
True. Alright. Are you ready for the first game?
Oh, so ready.
You sound like it. Alright.
Yeah.
So officially welcome, I guess, everybody watching. Today's our bonus cast, which I managed to beg Aikedo to get him back in here, so that's exciting. You don't have to listen to me slowly lose my mind during a solo cast. But yeah, the first game is going to be a Goldflex Q game. I think it was recorded 3 weeks ago now. It's not last patch, it's the patch before. Should tell you how long I've been sitting on this one. So apologies, haven't gotten to it since then. But it should be a banger. And then after that is My Little Pug Champ versus Your Poopy, which was played 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Uh, so actually on current patch and not super far back. So that's kind of fun. Um, so yeah, this first game I recorded. Hopefully it doesn't have any stutters or anything like that. If it does, I apologize. That's just gonna happen. Um, but yeah, how are you doing tonight, Aikido? Are you ready?
Already.
All right. Then here it is, the first game. I've got it at 0 if you're good to queue up.
Yepper.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So I'll let you go blue side. Sorry.
On the blue side of the rift, we have our Return of the Middle Sticks with Don't Ban Vlad in the top lane playing Irelia. Gid Shade Slayer on the Viego jungle, Oath playing Akali in the mid lane, and then Beepots and Matsuro 5 on the Sivir and Zyra bottom lane.
And on the red side of the rift, their opponents in this devastating flex queue game, the red team. Some of them have left base and some of them haven't. In the top lane is infamous Dead Game playing Urgot. In the jungle, XLXX Mookie XLXLX. Jesus, playing Ramus. Darth Puddin in the mid lane playing Lux, and $2.89 and XD My Cursed DX playing Kaisa and Morgana. So it's a
It's
flex
gonna be a
queue game.
banger.
So this is yes, he's a Ramus. He's French, but I guess he's not French. It's Renekton that's French. My bad. So it's a flex queue game. So uh, a lot of bets out the window. Not expecting the cleanest of gameplays, and especially because I don't know that I've seen Gid play Viego, and I've heard tell of Piclay playing Irelia, but the rest of these champions are kind of foreign as far as I'm concerned, right?
Yeah, so I haven't seen a whole lot of Viego because, he's kind of been competitively disabled ever since coming out. Why the fuck is Urgot mid? uh, but apparently Viego doesn't need a leash. I mean, I say that he's at about 150 HP right now doing his raids on his own. I don't know whose decision it was to leave him all alone, but he doesn't have the best clear in the world, so I'm a little surprised. But he finished the camp, didn't have to use smite. It's a good day.
Let's go, Isaiah! By the way, Isaiah's Piclay. I can use his first name because we're tight like that. Yeah, I know top players. It's not that big a deal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there on the Irelia. Styling at level 1, getting flipped back in by the disdain from Urgot. But, um... that just killed all the momentum we had. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I thought that would slip in nicely, and then it just didn't. Level 2 for Morgana, walking at him with the black shield. Not going to hit the binding, though. So good dodge from
Ooh.
Matsuro and Beepots.
Yeah, the clean movement there from Matsuro, just able to walk out of the way of the binding there. And Oath is somehow completely zoning Lux off of this wave.
They're very low. He's dying to ignite, has to flash away, and Rammus is just not responding to that at all, even though that's a free kill.
He hasn't
Um,
killed his red buff yet. Come on, he's not allowed to leave the jungle until he's cleared at least 5 camps. These are the rules.
I guess so. Oath is headed
Wait, why does
back in.
Viego? I'm sorry. Gid didn't get a leash, so he did his 3 bottom camps, reset, and then picked up a Doran's Blade. Is this how you clear on this? There's no fucking way this is how you're supposed to clear on this champ,
Um,
right?
I I don't know. I'll be entirely honest. I see the champion in ARAMs, and like it's a 50-50 on whether he just runs into my team and ints or kills everybody, and there's no
Uh-huh.
way of knowing which one it's gonna be. Um, and that's about my experience with Viego. I also couldn't tell
Yeah.
you his name, like his ability names are really dumb. Oh well, the binding gonna land $2.89, going down first blood for Beepots on Sivir. Um,
Not even close.
yeah, Infamous dead game pretty low, but exchanging well because of the tower onto Piclay. Um, Yeah, his ult's Heartbreaker, I'm pretty sure, which is kind of a weird name. And then his Q is Blade of the Ruin King, because why wouldn't it be?
Is his Q or his passive that's Blade of the Ruined
Oh,
King?
maybe it's his passive. You're calling me out, and I don't like
Oh, I'm sorry.
that.
It's his Q. It's his Q. Can we talk about how it's 4.5 minutes into the game and he still hasn't cleared his blue buff?
So he doesn't have mana, so he doesn't need his blue buff.
True. True.
Uh,
And he took all those waves top lane, so he doesn't need experience either. I see. I see where he's at.
Yeah,
Oh,
those slow plants
Morgana.
are just doing a ton of damage. The boomerang blade from Beepots is going to get the kill, but in comes Mookie looking for the taunt. Matsura over the wall flashes away. Can he not get in range for the taunt? The grasping roots are there to actually make sure that he can't find a successful gank. Burning his flash, but here's an Oath just going to walk into melee range of the Ramus, and he's also still not going to taunt. Hits him with the power ball. I guess this is just fine. Oath is walking into a ton of minions and he'll fall. That's actually a good word by $2.89 and he'll get all of his money's worth there.
The homies left him, man. He went in there to save them from the gank of Rammus, and they just were like, okay, now we're gonna recall him. Unfortunately, Oath not quite on the same page, ends up giving up a kill. $2.89 now. A little bit richer for his efforts, perhaps by an amount less than $3.
Yeah.
Is
What would you buy with $2.89? What's the go-to?
$2.89?
Yeah.
Um,
Like maybe like a Mac double at McDonald or Mac chicken.
that sounds like a McChicken and a soda.
Oh.
Which I mean is pretty good. I don't know. Is that really the value?
That
I
is
wonder
the
what
value
its name's
menu.
actually. True. I wonder what his name's actually a reference to. Like, what's he getting for $2.89?
2 items at the Dollarama. Is that like a dollar store in Canada, I'm assuming? Level 6 for Don't Ban Vlad. He's going in with the Vanguard's Edge, trying to get those autos down, flashes forward, and
Oh,
gets the solo kill in the top lane.
ooh, the mechanics there showing off a little bit. Looked a little bit scary there for a second, but as we see, Morgana have to expend her flash. Well played there by Don't Ban Vlad. Showing that even when not on Vlad, still able to get it done.
Oath has been a magnet for these light bindings so far. Darth Puddin's had a pretty good time in that lane, but only 3 CS to show for it so far.
Which is even less good when you consider that Akali went down bottom for like a minute, died, respawned, and had to walk back into lane. Is still basically even in CS in a range versus melee matchup. Doing a really good job of keeping it even there, and what could be a pretty difficult
Oh,
lane.
he's looking for it. Goes in with the flawless execution, but the auto attack is enough. Get forced to flash away from the enemy blue buff. But Matsuro and Beepont's here maybe to collapse. This grasping root's going to land and not going to be able to find a whole lot. But Darth Puddin just walks into danger. Gid getting the autos off now can steal the soul with that Heartbreaker. I don't think that being Lux really helps right now, but trying to kite away from Mookie has the shield. Matsuro and Beepot's looking to collapse. It's a very healthy Rammus, and they're not looking super healthy themselves. Gid, the Urgot ult not quite going to find it. Matsuro finds the kill. Infamous Dead Game still going at him with the shotgun knees. Don't ban Vlad. Hanging out over the wall, maybe looking for that re-engage. Stranglethorns doesn't land because that's the ultimate. It's the Grasping Roots lands, and it'll secure a kill for Matsuro.
Yeah, over a little bit of a random fight there in the river, but
Oh, oh, Beepots! All right, well, you know. So
I mean, he
he
had the dodge out on it, but unfortunately the turret.
yeah, it took turret aggro because he got the kill with the boomerang blade, but then also was still standing on top of the Morgana pool, which did the last tick of damage. A little bit sad. Git is not healthy right now doing this dragon, and there's like 3 people that could help him, and they're not. All right, well, he's fine.
It feels like, the homies really just don't feel like helping him out too much this game. Not with his first camp, not with the dragon either. That's okay. He'll get his first recall off ever since the Doran's blade. We'll see what he decides to go for. Not opting for a Blade of the Ruined King first, going for Mythic instead. I assume
Kraken Slayer. is the
Yeah?
normal. I don't know
Is
if
that
that's
better
100%
than
what it'll go, but
the lifesteal one?
yeah,
Okay. Shield bow is what it's called.
yeah. It's probably Kraken Slayer. Um, he doesn't need to build a Blade of the Ruined King because he's already got one. You see?
I'm pretty sure you're still supposed to build it on him. I think it's like insane on him that when you complete it, you kind of just one shot everyone.
Yeah, but is there more than one to buy? Like, I don't know about the economics. There's a bunch of shit happening. Four people just died, and we only saw one of them on screen, so that's nice.
To be fair, we saw two of them die.
Okay, two of them. Damn.
Yeah, we saw Urgot and Irelia, and somehow the trade of kills mid lane, is that how it ended up going down?
Yeah, they're both dead, so I guess
If you
that's the
peek at
result.
the map and see where the blue cross and skull is at, somehow he died on the other side of the wall away from the turret. It was I can only imagine how that went down.
That's a lot of damage onto my curse. Not having a great time on this Morgana so far. Um,
Yeah, having a rough go of it, definitely.
yeah, I like the way
But just
Matsuro and Bpots have been abusing the range advantage, though. That's been really good in the bottom lane. Actual positive things to take from this. That binding is very sneaky, and Bpots is just going to stand his ground and get a kill with the Boomerang Blade, because why not?
yeah, you do be getting that kill though. Sorry,
Oh,
I
Matsuro, the flash forward for the Grasping Root's not quite going to find it. Now Mookie is here to turn that around. The big shutdown going to Rumus. And now Gid gives away his position by dropping Shelly in the tri-bush. Gets hit by the Urgot ultimate, but they have enough damage. Don't ban Vlad gets the kill, and Oath successfully dives in mid lane. Um, almost as many kills as he has CS right now, so that's a thing.
yeah.
No, it's not that close. It's also kind of low key flame because they played a flex queue game during the UML game yesterday, where there was an enemy who had more kills than CS in the mid lane.
As you do, as you do.
Yeah.
Um, was that just because he didn't farm at all, or he just got like giga fed? So either he was like doing really poorly or really well.
Both.
Okay, okay.
A lot of kills and not a lot of farming. But yeah, sometimes you have to sacrifice your own CS to make sure that the Lux doesn't get CS. He's trapped under tower, and Rammus just actually kills him. Rammus is 3-1. Like, low-key doing pretty well, and now Matsuro going to be in trouble as well as $2.89. Just wailing away with some of those auto attacks, tries to use the ult to disengage, but it's not there. Meanwhile, Bpots is just taking advantage of the 80 carry roam to the mid lane, and Mike Hurst trying to hold this turret by him or herself. I guess I shouldn't assume.
Fair cells?
Themselves.
Then
But yeah,
yeah.
Bpots maybe in a little bit of trouble. Here comes Kaisa looking for it. Still has the ultimate available, but immediately the TP answer from Don't Ban Vlad. I almost want him to wait just another split second, but he's going to flash
Ooh.
forward for the Vanguard's Edge. The max range on that one. Able to take down my curse, and the Boomerang Blade
Ooh.
just raises the backside of the Kaisa. But now Gid looking in mid, gonna hit him with the stun. Oath trying to close the distance, has the ultimate on. Darth put in very low and will get executed. Now this teleport for Urgot, maybe not the ideal situation for him. Light Binding doesn't land as Gid gets flipped back in, forced to use his ult back into the Viego form, and they'll trade underneath the turret as Matsuro and Piclay both roam toward mid lane to maybe look for some more turrets.
And both teleports expended out of the top laners, and it seems like our team's top laner maybe had a little bit more success with it. And this feels like a replay to a couple minutes ago where they're just autoing the turret even with Rammus right there, and Rammus making sure they take a little bit of damage on their way out. It's always a little bit uh optimistic to be standing there as a melee champion autoing the turret with Rammus right there. He's usually not going to just let you do that. We saw that earlier when he took advantage of it and got the kill on Oath. They're about to face check.
Yeah, the max range grasping root's not gonna let him get on to Mookie, but Mike Hurst and Mookie not dissuaded. They're still walking in here. Binding gonna land onto Peakley. The Stranglethorns over the wall. Hits 2, gets a big knockup. And the Boomerang Blade combo. That combo is so devastating this game. And Bpots, all the better for it. 5 kills now. Has his Manamune completed. Is a very strong boy.
Yeah, like we had mentioned earlier, just so much range and damage coming out of the combo in the bot lane here. If they land one CC ability, just so much damage following up on it, and leads to them being able to get the second dragon this game. 14 and a half minutes in, so not the earliest second dragon in the world, but still pretty good for stacking that. Means that we're on track for an Infernal Soul here in about 10 minutes.
Wait, Irelia built
Ramus,
Blade of the Ruined King. Is that allowed with Viego in the game?
I don't think so. I think that's illegal. I think she's taking his property.
Does he have a new passive dash Q now? That trade's actually
Uh,
not going super well for him, and in comes Rammus looking for the tower dive. That was a little awkward. He's tanking tower. I don't think he actually wanted it, but the Fear Beyond Death is going to be able to trade that. Now Gid looking for the trade. He's got his Kraken Slayer completed, just trying to chunk through Infamous Dead Game. A lot of damage. The Heartbreaker is enough, and $2.89 thinks better of that. Now has to try to fight an Urgot with Matsuro collapsing. Nowhere to run. The double kill for Gid Shadeslayer.
I'm sorry.
Caught you mid yawn. I was waiting,
Yeah,
and
no,
then I
I
heard the yawn. I
apologize.
should have filled during that.
No, it's my fault. I wasn't ready. But no, a couple kills. It's kind of surprising how poorly the trades have been going in that top lane, considering that Irelia does have the complete play of the Ruined King, and
Oh,
it's not
well,
like Urgot has a Bramble
Bpont's
Vest.
caught, gets hit by the Finale's Funkin, and the pool from Morgana gonna take the kill.
It's not called that anymore, is it?
No, it's not. It's
It's
definitely
Last
called
Spark?
Final Spark now, but
Oh,
Finale's
fuck.
Funkin is, a throwback. Peakley is still looking for the dive, but now he's gonna get a Rammus underneath the tower.
Unfortunately, missing every ability there, but still able to trade out the kills, so not the worst in the world. It feels like that's about the fourth time this game that we've seen the Lux get dove.
Oh man, Oath
Um,
over the wall actually doesn't get completely over with that flawless execution. The shield almost saves him for at least a split second, but Oath has more than enough damage to chew through. Kind of interesting, he opted for the Night Harvester this game, rather than the Rift Maker, which I think both are viable. Don't get me wrong. Just think it's an interesting tech choice. Gid is just autoing that man to death, and I don't know how I feel about that. That ult hit him, but this is more important. Rammus is caught, and yeah, that looked better for RTM, so we'll watch that instead. Sure.
it kind of surprised me that A, Viego was able to just stand there and auto the Urgot, and it didn't look terrible. And then B, perhaps less surprisingly, as soon as Urgot started playing the game and walked away a little bit, was able to pick up the kill. But
This
don't
isn't.
be Vlad is
Oh, just the edge of the flawless duet gonna catch him trying to get that. Has the dash. Blade Surge, the W isn't quite enough. The final spark just to try to annoy him on the way back. The blast cone, but he's got the dash with the blade dance. And now Darth Puddin is his to be turned into Puddin himself. A double kill for Peakley.
very strong boy at this point. The Irelia 8-3-1, well on her way to finishing the the Trandy Force. Ooh.
Oh, Oath still looking for the 1v2 now, on to $2.89. Finishes the flawless execution. Does he have the damage? He does. A double kill in the 1v2 for Oath, and that'll secure the Rift Herald on the other side of the map with 4 dead somehow. I feel like
Yeah,
we missed. No, I guess that's all of them accounted for. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot
we
of things
saw them
happening.
all, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, pretty impressive 1v2 there in the bottom lane. Somehow, Oath going down to exactly 1 HP, but still able to turn around and pick up both of those kills. The bot lane for the red side here, not having the best game in the world. RTM taking full advantage of them. We're going to drop the Rift Herald mid here, be able to pick up this turret as well.
Well, in
Final
comes
spark.
Rammus looking for the engage right onto Matsuro. Finishes him off very
Ooh.
quickly. He's got 5 kills on the Rammus. Peakley with a teleport looking deep to try to turn, but the rest of the squad not quite on the same page. Don't have Oath with them, and it's going to cost Peakley his life. I think I have a second. I think that Riftmaker. Well, never mind. Gid is going to just scrap with Rammus, taking him down. The Heartbreaker is there, and now he'll turn into Rammus. He's got the Powerball running. He'll find the kill onto Darth Puddin, and now he's Lux. And I don't know that he'll be able to do anything else with that, but Oath, maybe? So Riftmaker definitely, I think, the worst of the three currently on Akali, but it's the one with the stats that she would ideally most want with the Omnivamp. It's just a shit item right now, unfortunately, but I think that it synergizes better with her kit than the other two do. So I'll rate it second, but yeah, I think there's a discussion to be had between it and Night Harvester. I think that Proto Belt wouldn't be the correct decision in this game. All right, cool.
I don't know if Protobelt's like that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad.
No, I just
What
think
about
that
Everfrost?
I
Can you
think
Everfrost?
you lose mana, but yeah, I guess.
You can lock them down to make sure you never miss your ultimate again. I think it's secret OP. Plus, it gives you the extra wave clear, so you don't have to waste all of your energy on it. I think it could be the secret OP.
Could be. I
But Oath is looking for a Lux here. We've seen this
Ooh.
before.
Yeah, but what about
Oh,
Gale Force
maybe we
Akali?
won't see it again.
He's just clearing the minions behind. He's just walking toward me menacingly, and Lux is fine. All right.
And Lux somehow gonna be able to just sort of slowly walk away from that, apparently.
Yeah. Beepots has his Duskblade finished up. I love this build. Uh, Normally you'll see it with the Dark Harvest rather than the Lethal Tempo, but
Why isn't Kaisa?
it's a fun ass build. Oh, that's some ultimates. Oh, the flash forward from Beakley, not quite able to find it, and he should eventually fall here. Yeah, finally the Void Seekers from or the Void Missiles from $2.89. Finish him off.
It's a little bit scary there for a second with Kaisa not really coming over to help out. That Aurelia is very strong. If it's left alone, will absolutely take advantage of it. And kill a whole lot of people. Yeah, finish the I can't think of what that item's called. I can't hover over it.
I
That's
lost
the issue
track
with
of
YouTube videos.
I lost track of who we're talking about. I'm gonna be honest.
Irelia's
Irelia,
machine item.
the Sunderer.
Yeah, Divine Sunderer. That's the one.
Yeah, Beepot's
people
gonna get
dying.
stunned up by the Soul Shackle, but this is a 4v2, so that only goes one way. It's a double kill for Beepots.
For Oath? Did Oath not pick those up? I'll be honest, I wasn't looking at the portraits. I just saw
What, the
the
kills?
yeah.
No, those are Beepots. He got a double kill.
I believe you.
I'm pretty sure.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, the chat says that he did. It says
Yeah,
has slain Urgot for a double kill. I think that, yeah.
I see that now. I just wasn't paying close enough
Also,
attention.
congratulations, a big 30 takedowns for Urgot in this game. He hit his milestone. Oh no, it's Zyra. Excuse me. I misread. Oh, the final spark actually coming through. That was relatively close, but Viego going to be able to secure the Baron for Return of the Middle Sticks. They've got a 12,000 gold lead here at 22.5 minutes. And Rammus is just going to go in and try to 1v2, and why not? He's an armadillo. He can do that.
Yeah, no, tanks are very fun, fair, and balanced, as we saw there. The Rammus able to just sort of go in and instantly one-shot the support. Oh,
Vlad, don't ban Vlad trying to do the same thing. Oath in his back pocket, but it's being traded decently. Beepot still autoing through. He's got a quadra kill just out of nowhere. The damage coming through. Will he finish off the Penta? He's got a couple more autos. The flash over the wall. The counter flash from Beepot. He's dashing away with the disdain. It's a Penta kill for Beepot.
out of nowhere. Started off the engage from don't ban Vlad and Oath. Somehow Beepots is the one to pick up every single one of the kills there. Just so much damage coming out of this build from the Sivir. Now 12, 2, and 5 is just an absolute menace. And it seems like Red Team just can't really get on him to actually take him down. It's a very strong Sivir.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well for himself. He's almost got the Flame Horizon, now the Pentakill. it's a good day to be a Sivir. You know, he'll hit his 4-item power spike before too long, and he might even have the gold after the Penta.
Yeah, no, it's quite a bit of money getting injected straight into his pocket. Ramus?
If there is a champion that I'd want against a Fed AD carry, it's probably Rammus. Uh, to be fair, I don't know that they actually have the damage to if they lock Sivir down. My God.
Oh my
All right.
god, he's
Well,
just
sometimes you
taking
just
it.
fight the plants. Beepot's just kiting away with that on the hunt oath, helping to collapse. They find 2 kills so far. Mookie gets the taunt, not quite able to finish off the ADC, and everything falling apart for the red team. It's going to be the Bud Light Ace and a 4v5 for ROTM, and the objective is the dragon at the end as it just spawns for the Infernal Soul.
Pretty sure they can just run down mid and end the game. They're pretty strong at this point. It feels like they can't really be contested anywhere, but playing it safe, getting the split here, getting the dragon as well as towers in both of the lanes makes sense. Should be able to crack that inhibitor as well. They are very strong at this point, especially with that Infernal Soul pickup. Getting pretty hard to see the red team be able to come back into this one. So we see RTM continuing to push, getting everything that they want here in the bot lane as well, picking up this inhibitor and
Yeah, Mookie looking for the engage, but accidentally bonks the plant. So, why,
oh my
why,
god.
why did Kaisa walk up? Oath goes in, gonna get taunted underneath the turret, but still finds the execution, and the enemy team surrenders. So that's it. Understandable. Have a nice day. Yeah. So that was a flex Q game. That was some good memes. I believe Marionette donated her points for that game. So, um,
That
thanks
was
to
a
her.
sick penta.
It was a really good penta. Um, so yeah, give us just a minute or two. We're gonna start up My Little PogChamp versus You Are Poopy, which are 2 names that I can't believe I have to say over and over again during this cast. So give it just a couple of minutes while we load onto the Rift. Like, hey bro, what do you want to call your team? Oh, You Are Poopy. Oh, all right, understandable.
Well, no, you see, they're calling the other team poopy. It's kind of a big brain joke.
Yeah, I see. It takes a lot of intelligence to make such a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shudder to ask, but does You Are Poopy have a logo? What color do I make them?
Do you really need to ask what color?
I'm looking this up. This might scar my psyche here. Just take a bunch of psychic damage right before the cast begins. They don't have a logo.
It's a damn shame. I feel like there's a lot of missed potential there. There could have been I think that there could have been a great logo. That's okay. My Little PogChamp has a good enough logo as it is.
Yeah, They do be having the good logo though. What color would go well with the? I think I'll just do blue. All right. You ready for this?
I am so ready.
All right. All right. So, welcome again. Special cast tonight. We're gonna have the full series of My Little PogChamp versus You Are Poopy, which is the GRLCS quarterfinal match. URP is the third seed, and MLP is the sixth seed coming in. So we'll see how it all works out. But kind of some interesting team comps to go for game number one. If you're ready, we'll get it started though.
Yep, I am ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. You want blue side?
Sure. On the blue side of the rift, we have My Little PogChamps with me, Tofu, top lane on the Aatrox. 2004 Lexus GX 470 on the brand new Morgana jungle. X-Cray's playing Lucian mid. And then Rito Torchic and Piplup on the Kog'Maw plus Seraphine bottom lane.
And on the opposite side of the rift, the enemy team for the whole series, but wearing the red health bars for game number one is going to be You Are Poopy. Is something going to happen here? No. All right. Top
Just
lane is
exchanging pleasantries.
yeah. Top lane is Royal Decay playing Wukong, Asesh, Asesh, Asesh,
Sesh.
So if you think it's a name, yeah, Asesh. But if it's like, I think we'll go Asesh. That's fine. He's playing Zac in the jungle, Aristocrat in the mid lane playing Ari, and CKG and Pyro Boy 464 in the bottom lane playing Quinn Nami.
Yeah, and usually when you see somebody whose name has a champion in it, you don't expect them to actually get that champion. It's sort of rule number one of pick ban, but Aristocrat obviously got the Ari this time around, so seemingly.
I didn't realize that was a copy pasta. Ka Penta Ka! Alright. I missed that at the end of my call. My bad.
No, you got it.
Should we link this in the Get Wrecked server? I believe it's technically not allowed per their rules, but if you want to try, you can go ahead. But I'm not encouraging it.
Yeah. Is it actually not allowed now?
You're not supposed to link on days when they're streaming, and they're literally streaming every single day. So.
So don't stream.
Yeah, they streamed a big game today for 2 viewers apparently. So. Yeah.
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 You Okay.
That was the viewer count I saw. They ended their stream like right before we went live, and yeah.
Well, considerate of them.
Yeah, they were making their way for the big stars of the show, the MLP versus URP series. CKG dashing forward though, getting exhausted as Rito Torchic burning just a little bit to the ignite from Pyro Boy. Pyro Boy probably because he has ignite, right?
Absolutely. I think it's interesting. Quinn as an 80 carry. Not super common?
No, not common.
Knowledge?
It was for a little bit. It was a counter pick into Kaisa. I'm pretty sure. Like, got a small amount of play. But yeah, I haven't seen it as like a serious pick, and it probably doesn't do super well against Seraphine Kog'Maw, which seems like if you can get away with it, this would be what you'd play every game. But CKG going aggressive, trying to get that damage down on Rito Torchic. He flashes into the bush, trying to use that vision, the black shield from Lexus, trying to keep him alive. The Harrier going to mark Lexus, but Asesh is here, and everybody going to return to their sides. But yeah, like,
a whole lot of burst coming out from that Quinn here in the early game, as you'd expect. And, into a champion like Kog'Maw, maybe something aggressive like this
the
could
charm
be
gonna
good.
land onto X-Craze in mid, slaps him in, and it's first blood for Asesh in mid on the Zac.
And once you land one bit of CC, just it's over. It didn't even have a chance to flash there, X-Craze. And on on a matchup like this,
Oh,
it's very difficult to fall behind early. Yeah, no, they're trading pretty hard up there.
Yeah, I didn't know if he had something up his sleeve to secure that kill, but Royal Decay gonna get out of there. Um, yeah, so Seraphine Kog'Maw, like if you could pick the hardest scaling lane in the game right now, that's probably it, right?
Yeah, probably. I'd say it's uh-oh. Zach's coming in from behind. This could be a little bit scary for the Aatrox.
Yeah, he gets the dash out, but gonna get slapped back in the dash forward from Royal Decay with the Nimbus Strike, and they're gonna just let him go. He still has flash available, so probably good not to overcommit for anything. But I think they could have got a little bit more out of it. But the minion wave in a good spot now for Royal Decay, so they presumably got what they wanted from that gank anyway.
It was very respectful there of Mitofu to just completely back up as soon as that teleport was channeled. If he had stuck around at all trying to contest that wave, he absolutely would have died. As we see the trades there in the mid lane.
Yeah, Snare gonna land onto Pyro Boy. A lot of damage coming through from the Kog'Maw Seraphine. Yeah, even early on, do you feel like the sustain from Seraphine's a little better than Nami? I guess I don't have a good feel for that.
I feel like at least during the laning phase, Nami should have the advantage. Nami very much usually known for being a lane bully. She has a lot of healing in lane, as well as the buffed up damage. She's usually pretty good at that. Whereas Seraphine's heals in the early game, not all that strong, not all that impressive. But the bot lane of
Well,
ooh.
Aristocat goes forward looking for it. The dash away from
Oh!
X-Craze, a couple more autos. He actually gets the kill with that Light Slinger passive. And Asesh gets caught on the side, but CKG and Pyro Boy looking for that damage. The slow from the Tidecaller's Blessing really doing work. And Rito Torchic going to fall to that Harrier proc from CKG. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Zac gets bound up and killed. And in the top lane, they're exchanging ultimates. But Mitofu's only level 5, so Royal Decay just wins that one outright with the Cyclone.
Yeah, and fights across the map. That play in the mid lane was actually so well played by X-Craze. Just the footwork there to dodge out on the abilities and pick up that solo kill. Really well played. But everywhere else on the map, it went in favor of UR Poopy. Picking up the kills bot, picking up the kills top. It's not what you want to see. Though, there is a lot of scaling in the side lanes. And the mid lane is kind of where Milo PogChamp has put their early game eggs in that basket, right?
Yeah, teleport coming in from Mitofu. He's only level 5, though, getting onto CKG with that Infernal Chains, but he's got his flash still available. So the Quinn successfully navigating that gank, just losing the flash. Piplup, though, and Mitofu still looking for a little bit more. They have to be careful about chasing too far into Asish. But yeah, it's a pretty even game so far. 7 minutes in, Piplup and Aristocrat just gonna spot each other, hanging out around that wall as Mitofu tries to head back to top lane. He's only level 5 still.
Really unfortunate for Mitofu. Ended up expending the teleport to go to bot lane. Ends up trading for the Quinn flash, but doesn't get anything for himself. Was already behind in CS, already behind in XP. Had just gotten solo killed. Now he's even further behind.
Yeah, in comes Zac. It's just Zac and Nami trying to burst out, but they have enough damage with the Let's Bounce onto Rito Torchic. Piplup trying to get away. The Kog'Maw passive doing a little bit of damage. They pull in with the Infernal Chains, though, as Lexus drives through top lane. Royal Decay dives in with the Nimbus Strike, and Mitofu lives just barely. Lexus picks up his second kill of the game.
Yeah, good job by Lexus to be able to help out his top laner there. Oh, Zac's still around.
Yeah, Zac's still looking for that. The notes stacking up for Piplup as he's trying to stay alive underneath the tower. There's just no follow-up right now from CKJ and Pyro Boy, and Pyro Boy's got approximately 0 health. X-Craze just shooting the culling back across Aristocrat. But in the bottom lane, they're still looking for a little bit more of the vault forward from CKG, but that bush is warded. The flash forward. Rito Torchic feeling it, and he finds the kill onto CKG.
A little bit too far forward there by the bot lane of your Poopy. Zac might even get caught out here. And recalling on top of a ward means that he'll get his recall canceled. But this Kog'Maw getting kills in the early game isn't what you want to see, especially with how much pressure they had in the bottom lane. Just a couple minutes ago, you sort of lose out on quite a bit of it with that overdive. And Milo PogChamp is now up a full 1,000 gold, and even in the lanes that were getting ahead for the red side, unfortunately, kills going back the other direction, sort of losing any sort of a foothold that they had in this game.
Yeah, and look at the farm on Lexus right now. 74 to 45 in the jungle. Morgana just a monster right now in clearing and swinging top lane, looking for that gank. Royal Decay has some tools available. That binding
Ooh.
actually lands on him. He predicted the decoy, but it doesn't pay off with a whole lot other than the chip damage.
Yeah, but this new Morgana pick with the recent buffs it clears the jungle very quickly. It's sort of why it's getting picked. It's not the strongest champion in the world. It doesn't have the strongest ganks in the world. It really just comes down to clear speed and being able to support the rest of your team. And obviously showing that now is more than 20 CS up in that jungle matchup. Obviously taking full advantage of what the champion can do. Zach is...
Yeah, they're looking for
top
Mitofu. That's a bounce house and a half. He had no chance to do anything in top lane as Royal Decay picks up his second kill of the game. Did want to point out Morgana jungle getting nerfed tomorrow, down from 200% jungle monster damage on the W to 185%. As they're going to look for X-Craze in mid, bonk him into the minions. Aristocrat is very low, just dodges out of the Dark Binding, and now the rest of the squad looking around for URP. Pyro Boy caught just a little bit on the wrong side, but dodges out of that Dark Binding nicely. Piplup over the wall, not quite able to find the snares, and everybody should chill for a second. So I gotta ask, Beamba, yeah or nah?
I think it looks great. I don't think it's as beautiful as Pugma, but you know it's acceptable.
You're a Pugma liker?
Pugma is great.
Oh
I don't know what more you could want from its
You're
skin.
just disgusting. All right, get him out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm down with the weird dog skins, but Pugma is an abomination. Like Corgi is top tier, but no, get Pugma out of my game. X-Rays just tanks that charm because he's got the black shield, but that might have been too much as Pyro Boy turns around that kill. Lexus in trouble, pops the soul shackles, but CKG collapsing, has the ultimate on, gets the vault off into the Harrier, and it's a shutdown for the Quinn. Mitofu just dashes over the wall. Piplup just there to try to help out his Darken ally. Kind of unlikely ally, Seraphine and Aatrox, but works out for them.
I think they could be besties.
Yeah?
I think Seraphine seems pretty open-minded.
Yeah, other than, knowing about genocide and doing nothing about it, for sure.
No, she's singing their song. Come on.
Oh, true. Yeah.
She's monetizing their I don't actually know the lore. I just
So,
know the
to be fair,
memes.
that was
I only know the lore.
that was like the
Rasmus.
original lore, and then they retconned it very slightly, so she's not like actively aware, I guess. I've missed some of the nuance of it. X-Craze has to flash in mid lane because Asash has been very active on the map. Meanwhile, Royal Decay looking for this World Ender popped. He's trying to find that damage, the flash forward, the autos. Royal Decay with that big outplay in the top lane.
Able to pick that one up now. 3-1 in the top lane here, up 11 or 9 CS as well. So Wukong is looking pretty strong. Had a little bit of help from the Zac earlier in the game, but otherwise has been doing quite a bit on his own. Really? Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, the timing with the Bioarcane Barrage plus the Dark Binding almost was enough to steal that. Asesh with a good hand on that smite, though, means that the Dragons are even and will get the Ocean Rift. So, you like to see that.
Yeah, Ocean Rift is always exciting. Makes it even more scary trying to play around the Zac's elastic slingshot range, with extra bushes to hide in. Speaking of which, he's looking here in bottom lane.
Yeah, they're right on top. Torchic gets the black shield, though. That was really nicely timed by Lexus as they turn that damage around. They'll get the Zac passive. They've got Nami very low. 3 teleports being channeled at the same time as they take out a couple of the blobs. They're trying to turn. The exhaust comes down onto Royal Decay. That's weird that the clone stays exhausted after he dashes. I mean, it makes sense. Like, that's probably good game design. But yeah, the counter teleport from Mitofu actually means that they'll be able to grab this bottom lane tower as well. And X-Craze on his own grabs the mid tower, so everything coming up my little PogChamp now.
You know, it was pretty massive there. Lexus just being in the right place, right time, and the Black Shield is very good at making the Zac engage very sad.
I love
So,
both
able to
teams
turn
just
that
going
around.
through like a billion pings. Just, oh yeah, all of these things got used. Yeah, all right. Sorry.
Yeah, as you do, as you do. Gotta ping everything. But yeah, my little PogChamps now up 2,000 gold. Even with having lower kills, they've been getting the objectives. They've taken down 2 of the opposing team's turrets, and with what would
Oh,
assumedly be the better scaling team comp, you know, you have the Kog'Maw, you have the Seraphine. Getting a lead in the early game feels pretty good.
I like that the spectator just did that to Asesh. Poor guy. He was trying to clear the wall headed to his red buff and just showed him missing.
Uh-oh, Mitofu's kind of in a precarious position here.
Oh, he dashes back out, but there are 4 people collapsing, not just the 2. The tidal wave plus the Wukong dash are enough to secure that one. And yeah, sometimes you
Yeah.
just get 4 people in your top lane while you're playing Aatrox, and you have to live with that. Or die, you know. Torchic on the wrong side of the wall, unfortunately. Going melee range against CKG, not quite able to find anything. The Soul Shackles from Lexus trying to buy time. Piplup, this fight is just a mess, and it's all going to URP as Lexus will get finished off on the back end. It's a double kill for Asesh. You worry a little bit about some of the kill split all going on to the Zac, but for now, you know, sharing the kill lead in the game.
I think they're just happy to see 4 kills go in favor of their team there. It was looking a little bit bleak there, but after the 4-man Goon Squad top lane combined with just sort of roaming down mid and Rito Torchic being a little bit too far up after his top laner had just died, means that URP's getting a chance back into this game. Quite a bit of gold going into their pockets. They've evened it up, and now they're even picking up their first turret of the game. Are feeling much better about themselves than they were 90 seconds ago.
Yeah, 12 to 5. They've got the gold lead, like you said, for the first time in quite a while, and even Wukong able to pick up that Rift Herald at some point. I don't know exactly when that happened, but they've got a lot of power at this very second, and we'll have to see if they're able to play around that. A lot of those mythic items starting to get finished up, but I think the biggest thing is how strong this Wukong is in the top lane. 4-1 completed Trinity Force, has the Executioner's Calling, which will help out a lot against this team comp, and he's going to be a menace.
Yeah, it makes it pretty difficult to see how anyone's going to be able to deal with him in the 1v1, and let alone the 1v2 where the Nami just sort of chilled up there, baited the Aatrox in, made him think he was safe, but the Wukong able to come in and pick up the kill, take advantage of a little bit of an overextension. Now 0-5-1 on this Aatrox, having a lot of trouble this game and really getting things going. A lot of it stemming back to the solo kill
Ooh.
followed by the teleport bot.
The binding into the culling, and Aristocrat's going to need a blanket because she just got culled. The CKG gets caught in the encore. They'll finish off another kill on this, and as it was looking a little bleak for MLP, they find a couple picks in the mid lane, and it's 3 kills for them.
Yeah, instantly swung back. A nice, nice little camp there in the bush by Lexus means that they're able to pick up Aristocrat in transition and then turn around and pick up the kills on the other side as well. Setting up for this dragon, they should be able to secure this all on their own. Be able to pick that up. It's going to be the second dragon going towards them, so halfway there to a soul. As well as that turret there, so getting a little bit more money in their pockets as well.
Yeah, Matofu just trying to hold on as best he can up in this top lane against Royal Decay, but you can see every time they come together, just coming out a little worse for wear in these trades. But
Yeah, definitely. This Wukong is firmly in control up there. Unfortunately for him, the rest of the map is having quite a bit of trouble holding off the pressure here from the side of MLP.
well,
So we're resetting. Next objective isn't live for another 90 seconds before that Baron ends up spawning.
yeah, and a couple of big second items coming through now for MLP. As we were talking about the big spikes hit by URP, MLP's, I think, hit some bigger ones on the other side, finishing up the Phantom Dancer on Kog'Maw, the Essence Reaver on X-Craze, mean that the two marksman players for MLP are very, very strong right now.
Yeah, just looking at the inventory, you see Ari just completed her first item halfway to her
Oh, well, they're
Zanya's.
looking for Torchic still. Asesh just bonks the bot lane together, hits the Let's Bounce, but there's no follow-up damage from the rest of his squad. The Dark Binding lands and the Bioarcane Barrage from Rito Torchic just doing work, but the Tidal Wave trying to come in, a couple of teleports as they're looking to equalize. A lot of abilities just flying across. Only one kill so far. Now they're starting to come through. A big encore from Piplop as they're looking to turn. Mitofu just comes in and wrecks house, and MLP turns that fight around in the mid lane.
Yeah, there's a pretty massive engage there from the Wukong. Got a massive Cyclone, but unfortunately no one there to help out, no one there to follow up on damage. Means that it doesn't matter how far ahead this Wukong is, he's not able to kill the Kog'Maw through the Seraphine, helping him out. And MLP picking up a couple more kills, picking up this turret in the bottom lane as well. So even while outnumbered, still coming out on top. And they're just taking everything across the map, and they're now firmly in the lead. 3,500 gold in their favor. It's looking, if it wasn't bleak before, it's looking pretty scary now for URP. Gosh, how bad does it feel to be the Zac that against the Kog'Maw, against the double 80 carry composition, didn't buy Tabi and is going for a Spirit Visage as your second item. Not exactly where you want to be on your tank items at this point in the game, right?
Yeah, X-Craze looking for the pick under Aristocrat, just gonna get the Spirit Rush out, and Jungle Fight goes the way of Asesh.
Game over. Asesh got the crab. It's a doomed. And crab gives more gold than Nexus, yeah?
Yeah, so they're like little mini Nexi.
Uh-huh.
If you don't know about this, laners, like those things, yeah, more valuable than the Nexus in terms of gold value. They provide vision as well, which the Nexus doesn't do. So
The Nexus kind of provides. Well, you just get vision.
only your own though. Killing the enemy Nexus doesn't give you vision.
True, true. I was looking at it from a different angle.
Yeah.
You're very right. You do not get extra vision from killing the enemy Nexus. And both teams, though, setting back up. Looks like opting for a 1-3-1 on both sides, or something resembling that.
Yeah,
So
I think that that would favor MLP if they can continue to set up this way and have it opted into by URP, but you'd think they'd want the big. I don't want to say the big grouped up team fights because they don't have the. I don't know. I don't know, man. They both have two half comps. I'm trying to analyze things, and I'm like, I'm a bronze player, and also they have two half comps. So.
Yeah, no, I think that MLP. Ooh,
oh well,
Lucian
Royal
Wukong
Decay
1v1.
Yeah, looking for that 1v1. X-Craze flashes away, but it's a shutdown going to Royal Decay, and it forces his team off of the Baron at the same time. Mitofu teleports into that top side, and now they're maybe looking to return, although they're down a man right now. Sometimes you just casually throw the Q at the Baron too. But yeah, nobody. That kind of killed the momentum there for MLP. They were making the play and now have to audible back off of it and turtle for just a little bit.
Pretty unfortunate. They had quite a bit of pressure.
Goes forward. They're looking for that engage. Asesh just trying to find somebody to smack the Seraphine into, but he's taking a lot of damage in the process. Lexus with a big binding over the wall. They're going to turn that one back around for 2 kills. Another knock-up landing onto the Zac. They're trying to chase him down, dodge out on the bubble. Royal Decay just is not available for this fight, and Mitofu was able to join up. So that somehow goes to MLP, and now they're looking at their 3rd dragon of the game.
Yeah, you should be able to pick that one up for free. And even when the mid laner's down on the side of MLP, URP's not able to take advantage of it, not able to pick up any kills off of the engage from the Zac. And MLP, despite the, faltering just a little bit, are still able to continue this lead, picking up the dragon, now on soul point here in just a few minutes. And I'd assume that we'd see a reset into the focus renewed around the Baron here as They could pressure it pretty quickly. They have the double 80 carry composition, so it dies pretty fast.
How do you feel about the Navori quick blades on Rito Torchic's Kog'Maw?
So it's kind of like how Essence Reaver used to be like a fourth item on Kog'Maw, because it basically gives you perma uptime on your W, right? As long as you're auto attacking. I think it makes sense. I think it's kind of sick. As long as you don't need any other items particularly, I think that it's mathematically probably the highest DPS item that you can buy.
I just think it's interesting because you don't see that item super often. But we have
Mhm.
maybe the two champions in the game that want to build that with Lucian and Kog'Maw.
Yeah. I think technically it's also supposed to be really efficient on Tristana. You know, those are the champions that Freak has been talking about this type of item being supposed to be really good on for years, but um,
Yeah, X-Cray's doing really well in this 1v1 against Aristocrat. Just forcing him back underneath the tower. Even finds the solo kill underneath the tower, the dash in, and X-Cray's showing no mercy.
yeah, it's the secret tank 3 tower shots to make them think that you're an idiot, but actually you're baiting them the whole time to go in and pick up the last bit of damage.
Man, just
Now,
flame him after he gets the solo kill, damn.
no, it was 5 head. He was pretending. He was pretending.
CKG and Asesh looking for the engage. Rito Torchic on the flank on the side is just going to chew through. CKG gets
Oh!
caught. X-Cray's just barely going to live. They're trying to take down the Bloblets, but the teleport at the last second from Royal Decay means that Asesh can get in, but it's a double kill for Lexus. It's the one at a time strat, but he'll take down Rito Torchic in the process. Not quite able to finish off X-Crays, though. And yeah, Aristocrat just respawned, and Pyro Boy has about 3 health on the other side of the fight. Those are the only 2 survivors for URP, and MLP, meanwhile, can push down a couple of extra towers.
Yeah, the HP bars are a little bit low to go for a Baron, so just going with the safe play and just picking up turrets and jungle camps instead, which is still pretty efficient, pretty good, and coming out on top of those team fights is pretty massive here for MLP. Somehow X-Craze through 3 different skirmishes, all of them at 1 HP, able to survive through everything, and now MLP firmly in the lead here. 6,000 gold. I assume that they're just going to run straight to the Baron, because at this point, it's very difficult to imagine a world where URP is actually able to contest them in this team fight. Again, it's double 80 carry plus Seraphine. You know, it's not just poorly scaling 80 carries either. It's not a Quinn,
Yeah,
right? He's playing Kog'Maw.
plus Morgana as well. Like, 2 ADCs, 2 supports, and then Aatrox. He's hanging out. He's doing stuff.
How fucked up is that? Lex is taking the blue buff away from the poor Lucian. Oof, you hate to see it.
You hate to see it? I thought
Hate
you'd
to
be
see
all
it.
about, jungler empowerment here.
No, if he wants the blue buff, he should play Iron.
Damn. All right. Yeah, they're grouped up around this Baron, but they don't have anyone that tanks it super well, so it's actually kind of a little risky to start it up. X-Cray's just gonna go ahead and give Asesh a little pelting. Dash forward though. Pyro Boy flashes the bubble. He'll find one in exchange for his life. You got to make the play sometimes, you know.
Yeah, he went for it, and he wasn't even the one to pick up the kill. It was actually Rito Torchic with the Arcane Barrage able to pick that one up. I don't know if necessarily trading your 4-item Lucian is worth the Nami, but
Nah,
sometimes it's about a certain dominance.
nah. He knew that
Oh,
he was trying to feed the Kog'Maw, you know. Charm gonna land. That was well timed by Piplup, but Aristocrat's still okay. They're looking to turn this one back around Mitofu. That's a huge amount of healing on the Aatrox. Torchic still just powering through with the Kog'Maw. Royal Decay flashes out of the backside of the fight, trying to dodge some of these living artillery shots, and it's not going to matter as the Infernal Chains find him and send him to hell.
yeah, Core Drinker's a pretty good item, huh?
Uh,
Mitofu
yeah, it's
instantly
all
going
right.
from no HP to much HP. Um, able to turn that fight around, and MLP's looking to crack the base open. They could just back up and pick up the soul for free, but it looks like they're looking for
Oh
the
my god.
3v3 now.
Yeah,
They're
CKG
pretty strong.
tried to vault, and in the time it took him to do the vault animation, lost the entirety of his health bar. And now sometimes you just do Baron and Dragon at the same time, and that's the plan for MLP right now.
And they got the inhibitor, got the Ocean Soul as well, which, if you thought it was hard to kill people through Seraphine before, now it's even more difficult. They're going to be able to pick up this as well. It's going down so quickly. The double 80 carry composition is so effective at taking Baron. And MLP looking pretty good to close this game out, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the surprising result given the standings, the underdogs coming in, throwing the first punch here, and trying to style maybe a little bit too hard at times, but they're giving a good account of themselves here in game number 1, 29.5 minutes in with that just casual 9,000 gold lead.
Yeah, no, doing really well this game. And, playing... I mean, they're not playing the most off-meta things, but Kog'Maw isn't the most popular AD carry in the world. But then again, they're against Quinn, right? So,
Yeah,
the
I
hell do I know?
yeah, neither side really was on the tier list, I think, for the
That's
whole
okay.
draft.
They're they're playing their own tier list, and that's what really matters. Comfort will trump meta 90% of the time, right? And
Yeah.
obviously, Rita Torchic has been playing really well on this. He's been picking up a lot of kills with the ultimate. Has been doing a good job of kiting, and avoiding a pretty precarious composition from the enemy. Wukong and Zac are not easy to play an immobile AD carry into. Doing a real good job of it with his double supports to back him up. MLP splitting the map, the 104. No
God, those
culling them.
notes, that's so disgusting. All right. Yeah, I sometimes the support just gets to do like a quarter of somebody's health with an auto attack because you stack notes up, I guess. I don't really know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
If her singing does damage, does that mean that she's not a very good singer? I think that's kind of fucked up, right?
I mean, so like Adele does damage, right? Like emotional damage. They're looking for the engage though. This is a big cyclone, but the
Oh my
encore is
god.
so big from Piplup is trying to turn this fight back around. Mitofu into the backline, trying to chunk through. They've eliminated 4 from the map. Aristocrat, the last one alive, and getting slammed down under tower. The Zanyas is not gonna help as he's finished off by Lexus. Nexus number 1 goes to my little PogChamp.
Yeah, pretty good job by them once they got the lead to just transition that into a victory. They're doing a great job. That last fight, what a massive Seraphine ult. Somehow hit everybody and kept the Kog'Maw alive for so long.
Yeah, I did
Uh,
want to say I think Cog is like fringe meta on this patch and then is getting buffed, so probably see some more Kog'Maw soon. Um, and then the only other like bit of analysis interjection I wanted to have is if you're gonna play Quinn 80 carry and then you don't roam on it, why are you playing Quinn 80 carry? All right, as you were, go ahead.
I think you could have just stopped it. Why are you playing Quinn AD carry?
I have this belief, this innate belief
Uh-huh.
that if you're like there are certain things that like off meta picks do really well. If you play to those
Sure.
strengths, then like you're using that off meta pick in a perfect position. Maybe
Definitely.
if you're a one trick, there's another argument there. So like if you're gonna play Quinn 80 carry, you gotta like roam around, fly around the map with your fucking bird, and then just bird bomb people.
Uh-huh.
But we saw that exactly 0 times the entire game, and the only one she bird bombed was herself, killing herself on Aatrox a couple of times. So yeah,
Which is surprising considering Aatrox started that game 0 and 5. So
yeah.
yeah, how weak was the Quinn if she's getting blown up trying to fight the Aatrox? But yeah.
All right. Well, my little PogChamp leads 1-0. We'll be right back with game number 2. Man, you guys gave me the whole series. Like, if you don't want the whole series casted, you don't give me the whole series. I think that's how that works.
Oh, the new TFT ranked emotes are so cute.
Yeah, the protectors.
Yeah.
That the preview video for it is just adorable. I feel so bad for the Pengu.
Poor Pangu.
Gets slapped around in his own house and then loses his friend. Like, oh, heartbreaking.
I mean, it was his fault for touching the cursed sword. I mean,
He didn't see
anyone
it.
could have
He
seen
was
it coming.
like he was distracted by the fucking vein walking across his table. You know, he didn't
Yeah.
see the
Are you
the.
saying that you would also be distracted by Vayne walking across the table?
Yeah, I'd ask her why the fuck she's on my table, which I'm sure is what he said, but
That's why
just
you'd be
didn't get that joke.
distracted. Okay, okay.
You just have random people walking across the table at your house, and you're not like, the fuck, man.
I don't know if I have a table.
You don't own a table.
I don't think any tables. What even is a table?
All right, well, I got game 2 loaded if you're ready.
Yep, I am ready when you are.
All right. Well, then welcome back. Game number 2 between my little PogChamp and you are Poopy. Do you need something? Okay. Lovely. I have 2 people in my household with the coronavirus, so making sure. Didn't need anything.
Exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, game 2, my little PogChamp versus your Poopy. MLP 1, game number 1, and let's go. If you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 2, looking to close out the series is my little PogChamp. Matofu in the top lane playing Cho'Gath, 2004 Lexus GX 470 playing Morgana, reprising his role there. X-Craze in mid on the Exhaust Orianna, and Rito Torchic and Piplup in the bottom lane playing Jin Lux.
On the red side, we have UR Poopy looking to tie this one up after a rough game 1. Royal Decay in the top lane on the Gangplank. Asesh in the jungle on the Diana, the other flavor of the month jungler on this patch. Aristocrat in the mid lane on the Galio this time around. And then CKG and Pyroboy 464 on the Kaisa Lulu bottom lane. So perhaps taking one out of the hyper carried book there last game this time around. Taking the Lulu and trying to have a hyper carry of their own, I suppose.
Is Hail of Blades normal on Kaisa?
Uh, I think it's
Okay.
lots and lots of burst because you proc your passive very quickly.
I just feel like I'm not used to seeing domination on her, but I don't know. Kind of interesting the Guardian opt for Pyroboy this game. Um, do you have an opinion on Elementalist Lux uh, chromas, skins,
I think that
transformations?
they're all fine. I don't think there's any that are particularly. I'm like, wow, that one's. You have to go this one every game.
Yeah, you don't have like your Elementalist Lux tier list built in here.
Well, based on the TFT representation, Shadow was absolutely the best. Because it did twice as much damage. And then Crystal was pretty good as well because it made your Skarner not useless. So I'd say those two are probably the best ones.
You don't have like an aesthetic one you enjoy the most. Though. Pressure.
No, not really.
No. Okay.
Do you? What's your favorite? I feel like you're building to that.
Magma's my favorite, and then followed by Ice.
Okay.
If I had to pick. And then I think Lightning is third, and then I don't really care for the other ones too much, if I'm being honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Lightning's pretty great because it made your Zed Lightning comp pretty cool.
I did like the Lightning comp. That was really fun. I have fond memories of that. That's a good light binding though onto Pyroboy. Big chunk onto him, but returned thanks to a tower shot onto Torchic.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here being exerted in the bottom lane here from the Jin Lux. Very long range, lots of burst. Ooh, nice little cheeky binding there. Gonna lead to Flourish? Is that what his W's called?
Yeah, Deadly
Deadly
Floor.
Flourish? Yeah, that gonna find its way onto the Kaisa, and actually the bot lane of MLP is gonna end up looking for a recall there, so perhaps deciding they take a little bit too much HP damage and they wanted to get an early recall off for an item advantage. Diana and Morgana both here in the top lane already, so we're gonna see a skirmish here.
Yeah, the
The
barrel
Sesh is here
landing for the
first.
slow, the dash forward with the Lunar Rush. Mitofu gets the double knockup with the Rupture. It's cleansed away so that he can parlay in its first blood on the auto attack from Asesh. And Lexus just going to have to swing by and, maybe soak up this minion wave underneath the tower.
Yeah, I think that it's Mitofu's fault for dying there because he didn't walk down to the crab. He stayed up there instead and ends up dying to the enemy jungler. If he had come down to help secure the crab, he wouldn't have died. So Lexus exchanging pleasantries with the Sesh. Ooh, they're actually fighting here.
Yeah, that Pale
But
Cascade shield going to help him out and equalize that trade. Yeah, I don't think that Lexus wanted the extended trade on that one. If he can get a quick one, though, might as well. And both junglers going to go ahead and head to this bottom crab, but right now CKG and Pyroboy are back in base, so this probably doesn't go well for a session in Aristocrat, assuming it's quick and painless on this Scuttle Crab.
it feels like it should go their way, just based off of the recall timing there. We had seen Rito, Torchic, and Piplup get the shove in, get their own recall, which means that the enemy bot lane has to recall as well, and timing on it means that Morgana's going to end up getting the double crab despite a Sesh getting the kill in the top lane, so evened out somewhat at least. Ooh,
Oh, he
so
didn't steal
close.
that one. Yeah, Sesh able to secure his Krugs. I think it's kind
That
of
would have been a
interesting.
real tilter.
Yeah, Royal Decay. I have opinions about Gangplank, I guess. Maybe I'm not qualified to have them, Silver
Okay.
Gangplank and all.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So in this lane, you need to just set up a barrel and not really move in order to have the threat of having a barrel. X-Craze is really low, by the way. A couple of autos. He's maybe going to get away with the flash forward with the passive. Is enough damage, though, for Aristocrat to find the solo kill in the mid lane. But, like, you can't walk up into Cho'Gath, and you can't really just use your barrels lackadaisically because you have to have a barrel in order to make sure that he can't do things.
Yeah?
So, like, you want to set it up in the minion wave and try to force him back off of it. But, yeah. He's not
That
really
makes
doing
sense.
that.
So you feel like he's not doing that right now. He's
No, he keeps using the barrels to clear the minion wave, and it means that his wave keeps shoving, and Mitofu is taking advantage of that in terms of CS, at least, so far. Plus, it allows Cho'Gath to get on the minion wave and heal back up. There we go.
Yeah,
I've had
that makes
two,
sense
like,
to me.
good top lane analyses in the past 2 days. That's, like, I'm done for the year now. Like,
yeah.
see you guys in 2022.
Yeah, no, and you got it. As Mitofu's just kind of running the gangplank down. Royal Decay completely lost control of the lane there. And this might see a kill. So close.
Yep, there it is. The feast. He set up his barrel, but he didn't like cook it. It was still ticking down when Mitofu just ran over it and autoed it. And you can't respond to a melee auto attack with your parlay, so he just kind of got run over. Anyway, you want to do play-by-play?
I'm so bad at it. I can't.
Okay. I'll just do everything then. Well,
Do I need to learn play-by-play since you're nailing the analysis?
well, give me one of like a handful of top lane matchups. I can talk about them, and then that's all you get.
Okay.
Which is weird because I haven't actually played top lane this whole season, technically. Big
Imagine
support
playing
main now.
top lane.
Yeah.
Oh, Accession Lexus.
Yeah, the binding into the soul shackles is Sesh getting caught just a little bit, tries to dash away to the scuttle crab, but Piplup has the light binding. The little shield from Aristocrat plus the smite actually might be enough help to save him. Torchic flashes forward for the dancing grenade for the kill, and Aristocrat trying to kite back away, gets pulled kind of awkwardly by the shockwave. He gets the blast cone, but it's not enough as the damage comes through from the X-Craze auto. Meanwhile, Mitofu just runs over another barrel in that top lane. He's got Feast back up if he can get Royal Decay low enough, but the orange is keeping him topped off for the time being.
Yeah, and once again, Acesh is just not playing well around the recall timings of his bot lane means he ends up giving up a kill just because his bot lane is in base, and MLP's bot lane is there to help out their jungler. Really well played there by MLP, doing a really good job coordinating those plays, and they get a kill for their efforts. And you love to see the bot lane coordinating with the jungler this early in the game.
I feel like I'm just slotted into the Captain Flowers role. Like, he can analyze some Skarner gameplay. That's about
Yeah.
it. You give me, like, Camille or Gangplank, and that's about it. I don't think I'm qualified to talk about it. Maybe Rel, but I think we have enough Rel players that just would overrule me. So, yeah, Matofu though, gonna get ganked, has the flashback away, and the cannon barrage from Royal Decay is enough to take that kill. So, Gangplank trying to scale up, gets his first kill of the game.
Yeah, and for once the wave of Mitofu was pushing away from him, so he kind of gets stuck in a bad position, and Sesh doing a really good job of taking advantage of it. Has to burn the flash, but still has the ultimate available if there's any more fighting to be done around that top lane, but gonna be able to help out his top laner that was kind of in trouble after the last few minutes there.
Piplup went water, which I don't know if this is an aesthetic choice from Piplup, but it's also just the hardest fucking particles to see in the game. So that's a nice bonus. I don't know if it's as impossible for you, like, color seeing people as it is for me, but the particles are literally the same color as the grass, and there's just no way.
I don't have any trouble seeing the particles. They are in fact a distinctly different color from the grass. But I empathize with your plight as a non-color seeing person.
They're like gray when he throws them out, and it's the same. Anyway, Asesh is here for the gank. Lex is trying to help out his squad. He actually Black Shields Rito Torchic, and Piplup's going to pay for it as he gets taken down by Aristocrat. Torchic going to open up, though. Is he General Sniper, potentially? American Sniper? No, not quite.
General Sniper's the top laner, so maybe perhaps doing his best impression of a Riven player there by not being able to hit a skill shot.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if you just made your sniper a general. Like, those are two very different skill sets, right?
I would assume so. I wonder how many generals have previously been snipers. That doesn't feel like a normal promotion path.
Yeah.
But I'm not all that well versed in the promotion paths of snipers, so are they kind of at the top of their field? Where do you go from there?
From sniping people?
Yeah, is it just administrative positions?
Presumably you get PTSD and then you just, leave the military. But
you think so? You're so far away from people, though, right? That like.
Yeah, that is like the big psychology study is like the trauma associated with killing a person is like inversely proportional to the distance. So.
I would assume
no, it's directly proportional.
I'd assume that it's easier to as the Sesh is here in the bot lane. Nice flash forward by Pyro Boy.
Yeah,
he'll get the wild growth and
gonna get a lot of PTSD because he goes into melee range there, and sorry, getting a little silly. Knockup gonna land on Royal Decay underneath the tower. Matofu's still looking for this, gets the heal, but it's not gonna matter. The slow from the cannon barrage gonna make sure that he can't secure the kill. I just breathed it in water at the same time as.
Compared to how that lane was going earlier, after a little bit of help from a Sesh, Royal Decay now firmly in control there. Has evened up the CS, and X-Craze fighting a little bit with Aristocrat. Aristocrat taking full advantage of the burst in tankiness that Galio has early in the game. Walks away pretty well unscathed.
Yeah, going for that full-ass tank, though. Headed for the Chem Tank.
Sunfire. Was that not a Sunfire?
It could also be a Sunfire. I'm assuming it's a Chem Tank.
Build out of Aegis?
Oh no, it's a Kindle Gem, isn't it? I don't know anymore.
Imagine buying that item. You'd have to be insecure to play a jungler that buys that item. That's all I know.
A couple of first items being finished up. Royal Decay finishes his Essence Reaver. You've got the Nashor's Tooth on Asesh, and Torchic has had that Gale Force for quite a while. He's very strong on the Jhin right now, and they've seen a lot of play around him. But yeah, it's about 1,000 gold lead for MLP. They're feeling okay, but they don't have quite that same scaling advantage that they did in game number 1.
Definitely. They still have the double supports, but unfortunately no double 80 carry. And this time around, X-Craze doesn't have the most gold to his name yet. Doesn't have several completed items. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh?
Not gonna get a kill because we're not focusing on him, but I like the look.
Just-
Oh, he hit that 4th shot. CKG is so low.
Good for his mental health, right?
Yeah, that's a long distance, so he'll come out.
No, I just meant because
less
he
scared.
didn't end up killing him, right? Like,
Oh,
that
that's
seems like...
yeah, that's also better. Yeah, if you can avoid that, that's probably the best thing to
Yeah?
do. Yeah. I think not killing people is preferable to killing people. Maybe not in League of Legends, because then you don't get
I
that
think it
300
depends on the
gold.
situation,
But
you know? If you got 300 gold in real life, would you kill people?
um,
I mean, that would be worth it then, right?
what's the conversion rate for gold right now?
I couldn't tell you. How much is 300 gold? Is that gold pieces?
Like, if it's gold pieces, that's probably not worth, because, like,
How much is a gold piece worth?
an ounce of gold's like $30. I might be talking out of my ass. I don't know for sure.
I would not know enough to be able to fact check you on it, so I would take your word for it.
I remember looking it up one day because I thought it would be an interesting thing to know, and then that information is just in one ear, out some other orifice of mine. But yeah, there. URP gonna go ahead and start up the Rift Herald. I believe this is the first one this game, so a little bit late for the turret plates, unfortunately, so not the best value in. MLP gonna fancy a fight on it. The final spark not quite able to find the damage. Taunt gonna land as they're looking for Lexus. They burst through him. Asesh in, gets the ultimate down. A big shockwave though from X-Craze, trying to turn that back around, but the magic damage shields really helping out there from Aristocrat, as not quite enough damage there from X-Craze with the utility-focused Orianna on the Everfrost. Oh, walking forward.
Yeah, a little bit of a split fight there from the side of MLP. X-Craze wasn't with the rest of the homies, and a massive engage from a sesh meant that the jungler of MLP was not long for this world. Ends up going down. The Rift Herald means that they're able to secure their first tower of the game. Well, their first tower of the game.
Yeah.
Not the first tower. But, still a pretty good amount of money in their pocket. Now this Diana 3-1 and 2 already had the complete Nashor's Tooth, so is sitting on 1,300 gold. Is going to be pretty strong coming into this next fight. Diana does a lot of damage if you haven't seen her recently. That's definitely one thing that she does.
Yep, getting little damage ticked off next patch, but should still probably be pretty good come tomorrow. Royal Decay, I just highlighted, sitting just a little bit over 400 Silver Serpents, so pretty close to that Death's Daughter upgrade that would be pretty devastating for this team. There's not a whole lot to mitigate that true damage.
Is Death's Daughter better than Fire at Will?
Yeah, the true damage in the center. If you land that on a carry, it's a guaranteed like 300 to 400 damage. A lot of damage coming down onto CKG, but the synergy just not quite there between Torchic and X-Craze as they burn both of their ultimates. CKG able to flash out and get out. Aristocrat just trying to clear this wave, but that tower is very low. I don't know that he can really defend this, although maybe with a Sesh coming from the side, hits the Crescent Strike, and everybody's going to go to the Dragon. That's the first Ocean Dragon of the game, so understandable.
I'm going to be able to pick that one up, and despite being down in kills, MLP is still up in gold, and now up in objectives as well, picking up that second dragon, putting them on track for a 27-minute soul is pretty good, despite the last couple minutes not going super well into their favor.
Yeah, 5 stacks on Matofu's Cho'Gath, 3 minion stacks, and then a dragon and a champion, so Still 3 free ones essentially. If he can get free on some of those minions.
Yep, we'll be pretty happy to finish stacking those up and get to be a big chunk in Cho'Gath.
Is that the technical size?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Lexus may be caught here. A lot of damage coming through the Moonfall. That was... I think it was timed up with the third auto, so it looked more impressive than it was, but that Moonfall damage was no joke.
Yeah, it's the Diana ult plus the passive proc, I believe, from Kaisa. And the third auto, so, a lot of burst coming in at once means that Lexus's health bar went away pretty quickly, and this Morgana isn't the safest option in the world. If someone gets onto you, you don't have a whole lot of tankiness without finishing your Zhonya's, and looks like Lexus is on his way towards it, but still doesn't even have his first completed item, Gets hit by something, it's a little bit scary. X-Craze is just chilling in the bush here, waiting for his team to get engaged on.
And there it is, Piplup getting knocked up by that Wild Growth. CKG flying in from the side, as well as Asesh. This is an odd-numbered fight in favor of URP, but the Shockwave trying to turn it back around. Piplup and Alcove Gamer, but it's not going to pay off for him this time. Matofu collapsing in from the side, but in comes the teleport from Royal Decay. He's in melee range, gets the Galio ult. Big knock-up from Aristocrat. Flash away from Mitofu. Still trying to collapse down. Rito Torchic kites back away. They just can't find that critical amount of damage. The knock up, the shutdown goes to Matofu. But Lexus, the last one to kind of join the fight. That damage isn't quite enough with the Dark Harvest on the pool. And so it's a 2-for-1? Yeah.
That sounds correct. Piplup went down. Diana went down. Did anyone else go down? I don't think anyone else went down. I mean, in the extended play, Lexus died, a minute before that started. But yeah, I think it just kind of ended up being the 1-for-1. But a lot of people limping away at 1 HP, and MLP are the ones with the healthier health bars, so going to be able to pick up these turrets for their troubles. And again, behind in goals, but ahead, or behind in kills, but ahead in gold. Up 3,000 now after those. Feeling pretty good about themselves. They're going to be completing some of those items. A lot of that money is on Rito Torchic, who just walking out of base completed his second item, plus the Kerchase Shard as well. Is going to be doing a lot of damage. This is a very strong Jhin. Don't want to be standing in front of him too long.
Yeah, and both supports opting for the new Shrelia's Battle Song, newly reworked, so gives a lot of extra damage in these fights that is a little bit sneaky in the way that it's, given. Aristocrat just gonna go ahead and chunk through X-Craze, but Piplup gets caught by Asesh on the side. Diana trying to chase him down. That's a good light binding, but the Crescent Strike is enough, as they're still continuing the extended dive on X-Craze. Now with Pyro Boy here, Asesh just dashes forward. Mario Kart double dash for the double kill for the Diana.
Yeah, and maybe just a little bit of overconfidence to be up that far all alone for MLP. And Piplup getting caught there means that a lot of their momentum is sort of stalled up here, as URP is going to be able to pick up this turret, pick up those kills, even up the gold lead a little bit. In time for this dragon in 45 seconds. We'll see if their recalls are early enough that they'll be able to be there on time, because right now MLP might be the first ones there, might be able to set up clear out some of this vision and be in position to make the other team walk into them. A lot of vision too clear though. If you take a peek at the map, there's a whole lot of red wards from the side of URP, doing a good job of securing the vision before the dragon spawns. You always love to see that.
Kind of interesting, Royal Decay opted for the Immortal Shield Bow as his mythic item on the Gangplank, so a little bit less damage, a little more tankiness. Kind of understandable given the way that his game has gone so far, but Cannon Barrage coming down, not quite on top of the Dragon as they're looking to get into this pit. MLP with Cho'Gath in the pit, going to be able to secure that one. Aristocrat in gets a big taunt, but it's the big Diana combo just tearing through a triple kill for Asesh. CKG kind of caught on the side, just getting autoed down by Mitofu, but MLP forced to flee. What a huge moonfall from Asesh.
Yeah, this Diana's so strong, and being able to pick up the 3-man ult there just instantly blows up the backline. Doesn't matter how strong this Jhin is, if the Diana gets onto him, he's not long for this world. And despite losing the Dragon, URP is going to be able to pick up the Baron. So evened up the gold. Once this purple worm goes down, they're actually going to be ahead in gold. And looking pretty strong here. It's kind of difficult, it feels, for the side of MLP to deal with this Diana right now. Just does so much damage.
Yeah, we'll see if the tools that they have, the stacking shields, are enough. Feels like Mitofu really needs some magic resist in his build, although he's been isolated against this Gangplank for long enough. Stacked up that armor. Would like to see, hopefully, I think that's going to be a dead man's plate and not a force of nature. But
Well, you know, you get 25 MR from the Sunfire item.
yeah,
Crossfire Gauntlet. That's what it's called. So not completely without. He probably has conditioning, right? If I click on him, he probably has like 80 MR. 72, so maybe a little lowballed on it.
yeah. Doesn't feel like enough to even live through the Diana and even the Kaisa doing a decent amount of magic damage. I don't know.
I think Kaisa is definitely a good argument for you needing a little bit more MR, probably. Just because a lot of Kaisa's damage is mixed. You know, the passive still does quite a bit of magic damage, so.
Piplup went Shadow Form, worth noting. So he's getting
Wanted
that
the
extra
double
double
damage.
damage. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about. And matches the Morgana as well as the Orianna as well. I like the coordination there. I think that was a high EV play there.
EV.
Yeah. Expected value.
Oh.
Or
okay.
you could be like, you know, it could be like the Pokemon EV, right? You know, you get to pick which one you want.
Yeah, I didn't know if this was more like an Umbreon or an Espeon transform.
You're
You're not as big into Pokemon. Sorry, I won't put you on the spot like that.
No, it's I'm aware of Eevee and Umbreon and Espeon and Glaceon and Piplup, Dedion.
Yeah, Piplup is unfortunately that's what happens when you use the EV transform item of a brick. Just makes him a ghost.
Yeah.
That's
Is that right?
yeah, most of them like Firestone, Moonstone. That's how you get the ghost EV. God, that's like two really dark jokes. This all right. Well,
Jesus.
URP gonna take down some towers, and they're feeling pretty strong right now. God, I'm sorry. Like, I hope no one's actually watching this. Hopefully, we're just casting into the void.
If you pretend that it's just the void, then you know you don't have to listen to anyone when they respond. So you can pretend that there's no one there. Though I do think that it's good that we ended up on Pokemon, just because Rito, Torchic, and Piplup. We hadn't talked about the synergy there.
Yeah.
With the Pokemon names, I think that's has to be where a lot of their success comes from, right?
Yeah, I love that Piplup
coordination.
uses like exclusively Piplup emotes as well in Discord. I really appreciate that.
That's what it's all about, man.
That is what it's all about. I haven't seen Torchic use the Torchic emotes though, so I need him to step up his game.
He's really letting us down there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like a 4,500 gold lead for URP, and yeah, MLP setting up around this
Teleport
dragon.
coming in.
Yeah, 30 seconds on this Ocean Dragon spawn. They're looking for the bushwhack. This feels like the play they need to try to get back into the game, but it could just go horribly wrong. We'll see how it scouts out. They're going to spot him with the sweeper. Asesh just dashes away with the Lunar Rush to the Krugs. Meanwhile, the big engage from the side. Aristocrat gets one and Royal Decay is just chopping them down. More parlays coming through. The knockups from Aristocrat. They're chasing through. The barrels land. Lexus goes down. A double kill for Decay. A triple kill for Decay. And Mitofu, not long for this world. That one's taken away by Asesh. But URP with a huge fight, catalyzed by that Lunar Rush, the heads-up play from Asesh to get away to his own Krugs. Royal Decay just trying to chase down the Jhin, gets the movement speed, has the passive damage. One more, he's going to cast Gun, and oh no! Never mind, well, sometimes you just trade ADCs at the end of that one. It's a Bud Light ace for URP.
Yeah, Rio Torchic just zooming through there, able to pick up the drive-by kill onto CKG, but it's not going to be enough as URP, with the massive flank engage there from Aristocrat, are going to be able to take this game down here. It's looking a little bit scary for them in the early game, but able to weather the storm, and Asesh's Diana has just been so massive this game for keeping them in it. 12-2-4, what a great performance.
Yeah, I really liked in the first two games we got to see kind of the highlights of the two new hotness junglers, the Morgana in game 1, the Diana in game 2. What fun pick are we going to see in game number 3 though? That's a teaser. That's what you don't have to guess. That's we'll use it as a teaser.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's 5-head. That's smart. Oh god, I checked Discord. Apparently people are watching.
Oh no. Not like this. Oh. Yeah. I'm worried that the PTSD discussion was only like the second darkest thing that happened. That's not great.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some real junglers this game. Let's go.
Yeah, no, they decided that the fun junglers were done. We're out here to play meta. We're out here to pick directly off the tier list.
Oh, these flip sides. Gotta change the scoreboard. I feel like a lot of other people hype up how difficult that is to do, like on the fly, like change up graphics. I'm literally just grabbing text boxes and moving them across the screen. I feel like I just have these cheat codes. Like nothing is actually super difficult. It's all just super jank, and I put it together. But like, I don't know. A lot of people make it sound like stuff just breaks when you move stuff, and I don't.
I think that most people are relatively technologically inept, and just having to look at OBS for more than 20 seconds at a time is it's a lot to handle. So anytime that you have to make any changes, you're just worried you're going to break it. And I think that's perfectly reasonable, frankly. I've spent way too much time trying to make scenes and stuff in OBS work, and sometimes it does just break. I think that you might be, sort of a technological wonder. I think your grasp of OBS is unmatched.
Worked at Geek Squad, got the Geek Squad mojo. Still can call up my boy Winged at Geek Squad.
Maybe it's that all the colors just distract everyone else.
Oh, true.
You're able to just see straight through it.
I see through the lies of the Jedi. Oh man. All right. I got game 3 loaded. If you're ready.
Who's evil from your point of view?
I don't know if I should give away our bias on this stream. I don't know if we're supposed to be biased.
We can start then. I'm ready when you are.
All right. I lost my chat. There we go. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Game number 3, the decider here for the quarterfinal. Winner advances to the semifinals. I don't know who they're playing. I don't know when they're playing. It's this weekend, I think, is the finals. I'm very up to date on GRLCS goings on.
I can tell.
But it's the decider game. This is big. But on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars, is You Are Poopy. In the top lane, Royal Decay on Scion, Asesh in the jungle playing Olaf, Aristocrat in the mid lane playing Seraphine, and CKG and Pyroboy 464 playing Sivir and Braum.
And already we're seeing a little bit of spice here in the level 1 as my little PogChamp on the red side, Mitofu in the top lane on the Urgot, 2004 Lexus GX470 playing the Hecarim in the jungle, X-Craze playing the Anivia mid, and then Rito Torchic and Piplup on the Kog'Maw Lux bottom lane. And like ships passing in the night, both of the teams will sort of just
Oh,
counter
but now
invade
they're
each
going to
other.
run into each other. The light binding lands onto Royal Decay. He's caught out. He's low. He's taken down for first blood by Rito Torchic. And now Zombie Scion, the Undertow, doing a lot of work. They'll be able to equalize with Rito Torchic. The passive is going to be... Oh, never mind. That was actually just the Scion damage. That's fine then. 1 for 1.
Yeah, and it looked like it should go 100% in MLP's favor, but Olaf is notoriously strong at level 1, just able to continually chase them down with the Undertows and able to pick up the kill onto the Kog'Maw. That said, that means Kog'Maw got to reset for free, got the longsword, so already ahead in that lane, in a lane that otherwise you'd assume would not be very advantageous. Sivir does a little bit more damage than Kog'Maw in the early game, just tiniest bit.
Yeah, kind of rough for Lexus. That does mean that he starts without a leash on his own Raptors and hurting just a little bit on that red buff. He should be fine, though. Hecarim doesn't tend to have too many problems getting low in his jungle.
Yeah, he's going to skip out on the Krugs, and he had to use his smite on the red buff, which doesn't feel the best in the world, but otherwise he should be fine. It was kind of interesting watching the inventory as everybody except for the jungler on the side of UR Poopy got the 2-minute biscuit. But yeah, we're kind of set up into this game.
Sorry, the the effect for the Flash Frost from the Anivia on that skin looked very strange to me. It looked a lot like Swirl Seed. Like, I think you could hide it inside a Swirl Seed. That's probably the OP combo. Although then you're double AP mid-jungle, but yeah.
I think that's fine.
It was just weird. I thought it was, like, I legit thought it was Swirl Seed, and then all of a sudden he was stunned. And
It was a Swirl Seed that went through the minions.
Well,
that said,
it was
Pyroboy's
Pyroboy's
so
very low. The heal just in time there from CKG as he's trying to equalize a little bit of damage back across. And again, Torchic and Piplup just really showing off their comfort in these double ranged lanes, and they're getting it shoved in. They're getting a lot of damage down early. Looks like a big comfort zone for them. Although the flash forward, they're looking for him. The exhaust onto Rito Torchic, and Pyroboy takes that kill. The E will finish that one off as the... God, I'm stuttering my words. The Kog'Maw passive gets another kill, so 3-2 in kills is my little PogChamp out to a small lead, but Torchic has died twice already, which is a little worrying potentially.
Yeah, potentially, though, of the 3 kills, he's been a part of every single one of them. 2 of them have gone directly into his pocket, and with the jungler being around to push that wave, and he's feeling pretty good about himself. The wave's slow pushing back into him. He's up in his completed items, and, you know, despite falling there, is still looking pretty good, I think. Pyroboy, though, just now hitting level 3. Sad Braum walking back to lane at level 2. Ooh. Feels bad. Cyan couldn't cancel the Urgot. Oh, and Olaf was there too. That actually could have been really bad.
They might still look for this dive. I don't...
Olaf showed on the...
Yeah,
that's a ballsy teleport. That's all I know. That is a ballsy teleport.
Yeah, he definitely got spotted on that minion wave, and no fear from a Tofu to head back in.
Yeah, would you call him Matson?
You made that same joke yesterday, and it's just as funny the second time. I wanted you to know that.
Thank you, thank you. It was sort of a callback. You know, rule of 3s, so expect it one more time. This bot lane, though, going heavily in favor of MLP, just the long range. This Lux has been massive for their laning phase, just so much pressure being exerted. It's very difficult for UR Poopy to really exist in this lane, it seems.
Yeah, imagine presuming me, a bronze player, can count to 3. Like, oof. Um,
Yeah, is that right?
yeah.
I like how every time you mention your rank, it goes lower. Um,
Well, right now it's unranked, so it really could be anything. Like it's Schrodinger's rank.
uh-huh.
Until I actually look at what my ranking is, it could be anything. Uh, but realistically, it's gonna be like bronze 4. I'm gonna get tilted, and then I'm not gonna play ranked ever again. Um,
That's what's happened every year, right? And it's slowly gone
it's
down.
slowly
That's
gone
at
down
Olaf's
because
here.
yeah, Olaf is here. There, Torchic is just firing into that unbreakable, but Asesh and Lexus looking for it. He'll knock Asesh away from the Lux, but it doesn't matter as the Undertow comes through. He'll flash onto his own axe, trying to get that Undertow damage stacked up. Aristocrat and X-Craze still continuing. The junglers have mutually assured destruction over on the top side of the rift, and X-Craze is here just to try to clear the minion wave, but he'll get called out of it by Encore. The winner's bite connects. He gets stunned up. He'll get not turned into an egg as he's got his flash available. The stun underneath the
Oh,
tower, looking for it. Oh, canceled his ult. If he'd been able to hold on just a little longer, I think he ran out of mana though. Royal Decay and Matofu still going at it here in the top lane, but the Urgot getting a little bit worse on that.
and I think the Anivia E actually got tanked up by the Braum shield. It was very scary there, Seraphine about going down. But on the roam down, it felt like URP, every single member was just slightly ahead of the MLP counterpart. And it means that they're able to come out on top. That said, Lexus is here in top lane. Might be able to look for something onto Royal Decay, who tanked a couple turret shots.
Oh, the
Oh?
Fear Beyond Death not able to connect there from Matofu, and that means Royal Decay will be able to flash out. Um,
Alexis gonna stick around. Matofu no mana, so any sort of help to be able to shove that one in would be greatly appreciated. That way you can actually get a recall off. And Asesh is down here in the bottom lane again. Rito Torchic letting him know that's my support's word. You're not allowed to take it.
He's
Oh?
actually just too scared to go. Okay, finally he walked up and autoed it. I was worried he wouldn't get all of it. Losing 3/4 of your health and then not getting the word on top would just be the tilter. Um,
Yeah, to be
yeah,
fair though, he is Olaf. He's gonna whack that crab a little bit and he's gonna be back at full HP. So
so yeah, you kids complaining about all your ranks. If you play like 10 to 15 rank games a year, what happens to your rank is that you just lose a full tier every single year. And then you get really sad because your MMR doesn't change, but your tier does. Um, so once
and
upon
at
a
some
time,
point,
I was a bright-eyed Gold 1 player. And then the next season, I was Silver 1. And then the season after that, I was Silver 4. And then the season after that, I was Bronze 1. And now, I'm unranked. And that's as a result of me playing nothing, but every single time I play ranked, I'm in a game with Platinum players. It's really great. Um, but yeah, what's also really great is that kill from X-Craze and Lexus onto Aristocrat. That's a segue, by the way.
yeah, that segue is as good as the Anivia wall there to push Aristocrat a little bit too far forward. Gets herded straight into the horse, means he's gonna be falling down. And this Anivia is 1-0-1. Looking pretty strong so far. Um, the game's pretty
Oh
even though.
man, that
Ooh.
final spark, enough damage almost to chunk through Pyro Boy. The heal forced to be used from CKG. Royal Decay still just exerting authority up here in the top lane, just bashing through Mitofu. The Light Binding not quite going to connect. We're still focusing on this, so something's about to happen. The flash forward for the stun. Rito Torchic flashes forward, looking for the kill onto Pyro Boy. Gets it with the last auto. Lexus and Asesh just exchanging pleasantries, as well as Piplup goes down to the Ragnaroking Viking that ran through. And it feels like we just saw that fight happen, and then it happens again. But URP coming out just a little bit ahead overall in that bottom lane.
Yeah, that Olaf has set up a camp and decided that bot lane
Ooh.
is his new home. Um, ooh,
Oh, unlucky.
not quite enough damage. It was very close there. Um, yeah, no, Olaf has been down bot quite a bit and is trying to slow down the snowball that has been the Kog'Maw Lulu lane, who's just been applying so much pressure. But yeah, no, Sesh is looking pretty good. 3-1-1 on this Olaf is exactly what you want to see in this early game, as well as securing that first dragon. It's sort of, if you're selecting this champion, the onus is on you to make exactly this happen. So, well done to Asesh there.
Kind of interesting. Piplup opted for the nature form this game. Kind of interested if he goes for the shadow again, just with the different combination.
Potentially, or maybe nature to go with the bee aesthetic.
Oh, true.
Or maybe God, I don't know. Isn't there like a fairy one?
Yeah.
Maybe flying aesthetic could go with it.
I think it's called Mystic. I'm not sure. Yeah. She yells dementia when she ults in that form. I don't know exactly what it's called.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Because I don't know. I don't know the skin lore. I just know she yells it. It was nature for the bee aesthetic. Wait till you hear it later. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why she yells dementia. She just does.
That's awful. I thought that we were dark. That said,
Lexus is
looking.
gonna make that screen dark for CKG. That was a really good flash, though. The stun up from that Braum passive. He's still continuing through, but no more tools to really get onto that now. Teleport being channeled here as Aristocrat trying to join up with his squad. The Encore gonna land the damage onto Torchic, finishes him off, but it's traded back. You'll take that trade, though, as Torchic picks up his 4th kill of the game.
Yeah, and that was actually a really sick flash there by CKG, able to flash the point blank onslaught of shadows. But Asesh is here. He kind of wants this
Yeah,
chase.
he's just tearing through Rito Torchic, but his health bar not looking super great. Either the stun lands, the Kog'Maw passive is enough to trade one back for Torchic, but really good play by Asesh and Pyro Boy down in that bottom lane, combining nicely on the Braum and Olaf. That's a really
Olaf fun, fair, and balanced.
Damage here from Matofu, gonna get the unstoppable onslaught. There's some of these ultimate. There's unstoppable onslaught, onslaught of shadows, fear beyond death. Just a lot of really metal ultimate.
They're
names.
a little extra, yeah. Oh, and speaking of metal, I know Olaf says literally Ragnarok. That feels like a very metal name.
Yeah.
Oh, Piplup.
Piplup maybe caught here. Asesh just dashing forward with that stride breaker.
He's playing with fire here. He
does have Lexus in his back pocket eventually, but the chunk through, kind of interesting. This is a different build than we saw B-Pots do in that gold game. This is the more traditional crit build for Sivir.
Yeah, indeed. So dragon started up here, and if you're able to take the dragon away from...
Oh,
ooh, wow.
Alexis didn't have smite. That was actually pretty scary. All right.
Yeah, Torchic, just putting the team on his back there to pick up that dragon.
Yeah, he's got to fund his dagger habit, it looks like.
again.
Olaf is here, gets bound up, but has the Ragnarok available, sidesteps the final spark, gets knocked back away, but it just doesn't matter. The double kill for Asesh. He's 7-1 on the Olaf.
That's actually a really sick sidestep on the final spark there to make sure he doesn't end up going down. Really well played by Asesh, but if we see him on the screen, then he must be bot lane, and he's been making this bot lane very difficult for the side of MLP.
Asesh looking for that invade. The Onslaught of Shadows used the wall. Not really helping out there. And the flash away from Asesh means that he'll be fine. That's a lot of shutdown gold available on him, though, if MLP can cash that one in. As it stands, though, the game flipped just a little bit. It was a gold lead early for my little PogChamp, but now you are Poopy with the 2,500 gold lead.
Yeah, and once again, you see him ahead in kills. It seems like they've been ahead in kills in every single game that we've played so far, but this time around, it comes with the gold lead. Though, like you had said, if Olaf goes a little bit too far forward, potentially could give over 1,000. That might be a way for MLP to get back into this game, because right now, it's weird. Their bot lane still has so much pressure and is still so strong, but they have a combined 10 deaths so far this game, and a 15-minute game it's not what you hope to see. But they still get the turret down first. Um,
Yeah, and like individually, Torchic has a 2,000 gold lead on CKG.
yeah, and they're still
Like
fine.
by
But
metrics, it feels like they should be behind as much as they've died, but just because of the way everything's played out in terms of actual gold, it
oh,
hasn't. But Asesh
X-Craze is
maybe
here.
caught the Herald dropped in top lane. He's just trying to fight his way out, but it's not quite enough as Mitofu contributes to his first kill of the game by picking up that huge shutdown. So he'll feel good about that. But the tower does go over to URP up in the top lane. The gold lead almost swings back just off of that single death, though.
Yeah, no, it's pretty massive there. Sesh was just a little bit overconfident. When pushed up, was near the enemy turret, and unfortunately, Sion wasn't able to help him out because of the roam up um, from X-Craze meant that even if he did help out, it was a 3 versus 2 and likely not to go in their favor. So, Real Decay perhaps making the smarter move to just leave his jungler behind, but it's a pretty massive swing in favor of MLP, picking up that gold. Um, Especially on a champion like Olaf, if you have a lead in the early game, if you die once, suddenly your lead is just kind of gone. If you die again, suddenly you're useless for the rest of the game. So it's a little bit scary when a lot of your money's on this champion.
I like the discourse in the chat. Yo, fuck Ocean Drake. I know, right?
Yeah, they're
The I don't know what the hatred for Ocean Drake is this game. He's
um
just trying to live his life.
yeah. Well, they got Ocean Drake game 1, didn't they?
Yeah, and then it was Infernal in 2, I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
Oh, was it Ocean all 3
Fireboy.
games? I thought there was an Infernal.
I think
Maybe
Infernal
that was the gold
game.
game. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I have trouble remembering events that happened, less than 3 hours ago. Less than 2 hours ago, even. This is going quicker than I thought. X-Craze is caught, though. Asesh, oh, the flash just at the last second is the undertow there. He throws up the Crystallize right in his face just to make sure he can't get over there to hit him with the auto attack. Meanwhile, Torchic and Piplup just continuing to bully them off of this tower, but in comes the Scion ultimate. Are they going to find a connection? It looks like onto Lexus. Not quite able to sidestep the Q, though. Torchic still low. Gets the heal, trying to kite back away, but in come Pyro Boy and Asesh from the top. They'll take down the Kog'Maw. But Mitofu just tanking up everything in the middle of 4. Hits the Fear Beyond Death. Not quite able to get the kill. Lexus finishes off the Seraphine on the top side of the fight. X-Craze just getting his split push on in mid lane, though, on the Anivia. Just, slowly gonna kill this tower. He's doing it.
And Olaf's coming up. I don't know if he'll actually be able to kill it in time. Yeah, no, the Olaf's going to be able to push him away there. So, unfortunately for MLP, they were a little bit outnumbered on that play, and Lexus tried to protect the Kog'Maw by tanking up the Scion ultimate, but it just wasn't quite enough to keep him alive. It's a pretty big swing in the other way. As UR Poopy's going to be able to pick up this turret as well. Now ahead, 1,300 gold, so this game's just going back and forth. Both teams are actively making plays and trying to pick up a permanent lead here. Dragon's going to be going over to the Olaf, who's just soloing that over there.
Are they using tournament codes right now for... I
Get
guess
wrecked?
they fixed it. Yeah, for Get Wrecked. I don't think they are.
I couldn't tell you,
Because there was...
but I don't think so.
Whatever they use... I don't want to give away secrets. Anyway, Ragnarok popped by Olaf, trying to chase down, but countered by Torchic and Piplup. A nice sidestep on the Living Artillery. Can they actually find the damage onto Asesh? Piplup thinks they can. He's walking forward into auto range, forces the flash out, but he's going to pay for that as the auto reset from CKG finds that kill.
A little bit too far forward there. I think it was Battlefy, the season where every single game had the exact same dragon.
Yeah, I was going to say. That was
I think
the
that
big
was the
secret.
season that they used Battlefy.
Yep, Battlefy, whatever they used to generate their API codes, just gave you the same dragons over and over.
Yeah,
Which was-
so everyone's throughout the entire week got the exact same dragon order, which was interesting.
Yeah, weirder was I don't think that like a lot of people realized that. I don't know how you play around that exactly, but like it was
And you
definitely a
could
thing that
probably
happened.
draft a composition around it. You know, oh, it's Infernal Soul. I'm not gonna pick AP Maokai support.
Yeah.
Or Rengar. Um, but yeah, no, I don't think anyone had abused it. It was an interesting quirk, though.
I just thought it was weird because that was the only time I'd seen it was on that. Even now, there's a couple of leagues that we play in that you use the same tournament code for more than one game, and it doesn't replicate, which is super weird.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just about because that was a couple years ago, right?
It was like 2 years, 1.5,
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Could be on.
Yeah, snare over the
Well,
wall. He
Smash is
doesn't.
taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, has to use the Ragnarok, and in comes Lexus looking for that damage, but he'll get stunned up. Pyro Boy and Asesh just are best friends this game. Pyro Boy may be caught, but uses that stand behind Braum to go ahead and jump back to Aristocrat, looking to exchange it across the gap. And yeah, Piplup went for the fairy, the mystic, whatever it's called. So we'll get to hear her yell Dementia at some point.
It does kind of look butterfly. That's kind of the aesthetic there, so I like that. I think that meshes well with the Kog'Maw. I think that was a good decision.
Yeah, even the Anivia
Very
in that skin,
favorable.
it's like similarly colored.
Yeah, I feel like Lexus is kind of inting them by not having, that kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, there is that like cosmic Hecarim skin. I've only seen it like once or twice in game, but it exists.
I'm pretty sure you've watched quite a few of my Hecarim games with that. I don't know. I feel like you're underselling the amount of times you've seen it.
It might just have been a while. I haven't watched a lot of League games like super recently, and those are pro games, and I think it's not available in pro. Maybe I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. Mitofu. It's been a lot quieter here in the top lane ever since Mitofu ended up picking up that 1,000 gold bounty from the Olaf. Hasn't really been able to turn it into too much yet. His only other engagement with the game was teleporting bot lane and dying instantly. So hasn't been able to do too much this game as it's sort of stalling out here. Dragon doesn't spawn for another couple minutes. Baron is live on the map, but Kog'Maw does a lot of damage, huh?
Yeah,
Every single time that Olaf tries to clear any wards, and someone from the bot lane tells him, no, you're going to take damage for that.
Yeah, that Bio-Arcane Barrage plus the Kraken Slayer proc. That was a lot of hard words to say in a row, I guess. Really stacks up that damage, as it turns out.
Definitely.
Piplup might be caught. Oh, just the point-blank light binding, though. Might have caught Pyro Boy. They're starting to tear through that unbreakable shield, but looks like he'll be fine for the time being. Meanwhile, Mitofu and Royal Decay just going to go ahead and scrap it up a little bit in the top lane.
Lots
Mitofu
of damage.
doing pretty well.
Coming through. There's
This
no way they actually kill each other, right?
Royal Decay's
He's
getting
getting
really
kinda
low. He's
low.
still got the ult. Oh, has to flash the ultimate. Meanwhile, something happened there, and Lexus just died. Torchic trying to kite back away, but he'll get popped by Asesh. 9 kills on the Olaf. He'll use that blast cone to get out to safety. Piplup with the binding over the wall, looking for what he can. The damage isn't quite enough. Doesn't have the ult for another couple of seconds as the Dragon's going to get started up. I have no idea what started that fight, but it ended poorly for MLP. Pyro Boy flashes forward looking for that fissure. 1,000 health on the Dragon. It's going to be secured, though, by the Olaf, and Piplup caught in no man's land a little bit, trying to flee.
How dare you mistake Piplup for Torchic? They are very different. One's fire, one's water. Uh-oh. Piplup, though. Getting found out by the ice Pokemon Braum.
Oh, no!
The Goon Squad is going to be there. Is Sivir going to get it? Oh! Oh, Sivir does end up picking it up, so. Not exactly where you want to see the money go, but quite a bit of time wasted means that even after a lost fight, Poopy's not going to be able to pick up too much off of it, just the Dragon. A couple kills, not going to be able to turn it into Baron just yet.
Yeah, now on Ocean Soul Point, though, that's a big tipping point for this game, I think. If you can get that innate healing and sustain on, the Seraphine Olaf comp.
Yeah, definitely. It makes it that much harder to actually end up killing them, especially since a lot of the damage from the side of
Well,
MLP.
Pyro
Just
Boy
sort of,
is not on the right side of life right now. Going to get kicked back in and eventually taken down. They're trying to give it to Torchic, but Lexus is going to take it with the Scythe.
yeah, that was Sven. I don't know what he's doing there. All alone with no one around to help him. Lexus?
Oh, he
Trying to
actually just
precarious
spots them.
position.
The Encore going to connect with Torchic and take him off of the map. Lexus forced to get out with that Onslaught of Shadows, but getting chased down and taken down. It's a double kill for Asesh, but Mitofu finds the Fear Beyond Death, trying to go through, finds Aristocrat, gets the double kill. Asesh, not quite enough to power on through the flash forward, the triple kill for the Olaf. He's looking for Piplup, dashes forward, hits the undertow, looking for it. The stopwatch is there for Piplup, and he's actually going to respectfully back away from X-Craze.
Yeah, X-Craze
Oh,
had
no.
canceled the had canceled the teleport of the Scion and then had his own come through, and Olaf's gonna take a lot of damage here. He's actually gonna end up going down. Massive shutdown going over in favor of X-Craze, and maybe maybe if you walk away the first time, you shouldn't stick around and try and be cheeky with your axe. Ends up paying the price for it. 12, 3, and 4 on this Olaf though. Pretty massive this game, but that's a lot of money going into the pocket of an Anivia.
Yeah, he ran over that fight, but there's definitely going to come a time when it's not as viable of a strategy. But MLP just kind of YOLOing this Baron off of the resets, and URP seems caught off guard. They're not headed here. There's no health left on this Baron. It's going to MLP.
Yeah, no, with the jungler end up falling. MLP taking full advantage of it, starting up the Baron and picking it up for free is pretty massive here. Pretty significant swing coming off of a fight that Yarpoopy had won. You kind of hate to see it, just a little bit of greed, a little bit of an overstay from Asesh, just kind of turns that whole thing around, completely losing your momentum. And into the team with Anivia and Kog'Maw, you kind of hate to lose your lead. Yeah.
Now a 3,000 gold lead back the other way for my little Pog champ. They're trying to close in and close out this series, but this game has gone back and forth, 5 or 6 times so far, and we'll see where it stops. But both teams pretty confident in their scaling. Like the Anivia Kog'Maw scales nicely to the late game with the tank Hecarim, although he's not tank Hecarim. We haven't really noted. He's gone for the Divine Sunderer plus the Stark's Gauge, so a little bit more damage than normal.
Yeah. That said, looks like they might be... I thought that they might go for the Scion, but nope, not the case right now. Just playing around with the vision here as they wait.
Asesh is caught maybe a little bit separated from his team. He's forced to use the Ragnarok and try to get on out of there, but 30 seconds to go on this Ocean Dragon spawn. MLP can't afford to give it any inch up to URP, and URP going to grab mid lane priority. Do they actually want this fight? They don't have Onslaught of Shadows to try to initiate. X-Craze steps forward, hits a stun on to the Braum, takes a little chunk out of him.
Quite a bit of damage coming through, but Yarpoopy has the inner track on that mid lane. They might just try and push in. X-Craze is so far up.
Yeah, X-Craze stepping up without the rest of his team. They're actually on the Dragon right now. He's trying to wave clear mid lane. He's successfully done it. He dodges the Encore. And now in comes the rest of the team, maybe looking for that engage. Asesh forward, the stun lands. He'll get kicked back in by Lexus. Now pops the Ragnarok, but it's too late as Rito Torchic takes him down. CKG with a good spell shield, but it gets slowed up by that Fear Beyond Death. Dashes away with that Gale Force. And now MLP can push in with this minion wave. They'll dash onto Pyro Boy over the wall. Seraphine just trying to help out Lexus, taking everything up, gets a little bit of health back by smiting the Wolves. X-Craze walking forward. He's pretty low, not quite able to land that stun. The spell shield is good. It's going to turn him into an egg, and he'll get tossed around and scrambled by Aristocrat, but they lose the mid lane tower. MLP still continuing to push in. They're buying so much time for the rest of the team, but in comes the Onslaught of Shadows, flipping back in Mitofu, but he'll fall as Rito Torchic has just been free firing in the back. He's autoing through, but CKG flashes forward. Will exchange with the AD carry. He's still healthy, but Mitofu flips him back in. They'll take him down. It's a double kill off of that Kog'Maw passive. Pyro Boy is low, but Piplup and Mitofu still alive. Lexus zones out Aristocrat, and it's 3-for-1 on the map right, or 3 for against 2 on the map. Excuse me. MLP forced to back away though as Asesh respawns.
What a crazy play in the mid lane there at the beginning of that fight is while the rest of MLP was picking up the dragon, X-Craze in a 1v5 scenario somehow dodged every single ability and held them off, as well as putting out so much damage onto the Olaf and sort of starting the whole fight there. Maybe a little bit of an overchase there into the enemy jungle, ends up dropping down, but the fight goes in favor of MLP. They pick up the dragon, they pick up the kills. Gold lead now firmly in their favor, and with the extra scaling on their side, they're looking pretty good. That Kog'Maw has 5 completed items in his inventory, and Nivea has 4.5. They're firmly in the driver's seat now. Very strong at the moment as Sesh. Ooh, not quite going to get caught by the Anivia wall there, but for how strong this Olaf was earlier in the game, at 31 minutes, you were significantly less impactful on the game on this champion. You saw it in the last fight. He walks a little bit too far forward, and Nivea and Kog'Maw just completely tear him apart.
Yeah, minute 30 to go on the second Baron spawn. Should be the next tussle that we see between these two squads. Mitofu has teleport available, so does Royal Decay and Aristocrat, but they're just chilling in their own jungle, hanging out.
As you do. As you do. Said there's not a whole lot around here. I don't know what MLP would have to gain by walking into the jungle there, so very correctly they're on the other side of the map, setting up around the Baron, getting their waves shoved in, so trying to get a little bit of pressure and vision on the right side of the map.
Yeah, 50 seconds now as my little PogChamp sets up, looking for the vision control around the Baron. Piplup gets his final reset to grab a couple of wards. No pink in his inventory, notably, but
Yeah.
He tops off the I'm not even gonna pretend. Shard of True Ice? Maybe I'm right. Am I right? Oh, hell yeah, we got it. Okay.
Why you gotta call him out, man? He has 121 vision score. He's bought enough pink wards this game.
Yeah, that's honestly fair. That final spark,
almost
not
stole
quite
the blue
enough.
buff.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. The Lux support, if there's anything that they want in this game, it's a blue buff. Would have been happy to pick that one up, but both of these teams are setting up around the Baron. Mitofu does have teleport to be able to join if need
Asesh
be.
just kind of walking in. He pops the Ragnarok looking for Rito Torchic, but he doesn't have enough damage now at this stage of the game. Torchic just free firing. They're chunking through Royal Decay. It's a double kill for Torchic as they're cutting back away from the zombie Scion. Mitofu teleports in to join, but this Baron buff going to be controlled by my little PogChamp. There's no contest available for this trio from URP, and they'll give this one up.
Yeah, and that's just that Olaf walking a little bit too far forward. He's picked up 12 kills. He thought he was still strong, thought he was still able to do that, but he just doesn't have the damage. And unfortunately, the Seraphine ult wasn't quite able to hit one person. If it hits one person, it hits everyone, but just not quite long enough in that situation. Means that MLP coming out on top, picks up the kills, picks up the Baron, now setting up around this dragon as well. We're very far ahead, and should be looking to close this one out. It's going to be really difficult.
Oh, Piplup has zombie ward. That's why his vision score is so high.
Hey, don't... Why you gotta...
I mean, it's
discount
probably,
what he's doing, man.
No,
He
it's
has
probably
130
impressive.
Vision score.
It's probably impressively higher than Pyro Boy without the zombie wards, but, like, it wouldn't be, double him. He wouldn't be Flame Horizoning the vision score,
Why can't you just support him and let him know that he did a good job?
He's fine. You know what? He's supporting the boys. I'll support Piplup. I'm his fan.
I didn't realize the zombie wards put out fake vision. I didn't realize that they couldn't see people.
They inflate your vision score a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they give you a vision score even if they time out and don't see anything, whereas other wards have to see
That's because
something.
he's placing extra wards, you know. He's got the homies on the back. Asesh doesn't have flash here, so it's a little bit scary.
Yeah,
Has to pop the Ragnarok.
Oh,
It's
that
gonna
final spark not quite enough to finish him off, though. Aristocrat over the wall, not quite able to connect on that encore. CKG walking up, but he gets stunned. The spell shield got popped and then detonated by the Q, and he'll fall in the process. Matofu gets knocked up by the fissure, and yeah, they'll find the pick onto CKG.
Yeah, and with that, it's 5 versus 4 for 40 seconds. They do have the Baron buff, so we'll see how much they're able to get off of it. Don't have any waves in any particularly great position, but they should still be able to push up, maybe pick up this naked inhibitor mid. See if they're able to force a fight. It looks like Matofu went off to the side lane to get that pushed out, so maybe not looking to end here in the next minute. So he doesn't have teleport to join, so it is just a 4v4 right here. That said, Kog'Maw and Anivia are still really strong, and if Poopy walks too far forward, they might get punished for it.
Yeah, Torchic popping that Bio-Arcane Barrage, has the Navori Quick Blades like you mentioned, so a lot of uptime on that W. Big decimating smash from Royal Decay, trying to find it, but Lexus goes in looking for that fight. They'll chunk through. The Ragnarok popped, but Lexus is caught on the wrong side. He'll be taken down. Another kill as they find Rito Torchic on the back end. The Kog'Maw passive not quite enough, but the Fear Beyond Death finds the snipe onto Pyro Boy as Matofu at least snags that one back, but 4v3 on the map. It's a strong moment now for URP. Can they grab anything of real value, though?
Unfortunately, in that fight, Rito Torchic ended up directly taking the Scion ultimate, was perma-CC'd, wasn't able to right-click anyone. So it does end up going in favor of Poopy. You're going to be able to pick up this outer turret here. But the rest of MLP is here to respond now. Mitofu's actually playing so far up, and actually ends up saving the turret. Somehow at 1 HP, ends up surviving. And I suppose that's it. Just sort of stalling the game out is going to be the reward here for Poopy. Picking up a couple of their jungle camps, maybe a little bit of gold into their pockets, but still feels like it's a really hard game to win at this point. You know, they were able to pull out the 4v4 though, so if they find the perfect CC chain onto the Kog'Maw, maybe they'll be able to repeat it.
Yeah, and a little bit of safety now for Asesh as he's grabbed his stopwatch. So, you know, the Olaf's struggled with getting blown up the last couple of fights. Maybe that's going to help turn the tide if he can stall out just for that 2.5 seconds of stasis. As it is, CKG and Aristocrat pushing up the mid lane. Minute 50 on the Baron, minute 40 on the... I feel like there should be another, like, extra big term for the 7th Dragon. It's like Game 7 of like the NHL Finals. It's a big moment.
Yeah. Well, either way, whoever ends up picking it up is going to get the soul. So that's pretty big prize there. It's going to be a pretty big objective to contest, probably bigger than the Baron itself. And we see that as both teams are actually coming down here to try and contest it. Matofu's on the other side of the map, getting this split on, able to pick up that turret, does have the teleport this time around, and Asesh is
that
kind of
binding lands, yeah, Asesh, that's not actually the biggest chunk. Luckily for the Olaf, is the Crystallize really separating this team. A little bit of damage, just getting chunked through the poke, going decently for MLP, but now URP pushing in. The fruit separating the two squads as Asesh eats one. See who gets the rest of them. This is the big tension, is who gets the fruit, right? Look at the minion wave, though. It's pushing in the Nexus turrets right now. I don't have a picture-in-picture. I don't have the production value for that, but assuredly, one of those Nexus turrets is getting wailed on right now, and the longer this stalls out, the more that's going to benefit MLP. In fact, Aristocrat has to go back to try to clear out this minion wave. With 12 seconds to go on this dragon spawn. You can see MLP in exactly 0 hurry with the minion wave so far in their favor. That binding not quite going to land on Asesh on the back of the pit. He's got the blast cone available. Royal Decay trying to go in. He hits the Onslaught, the Encore landing only on a Mitofu. Torchic on the backside of the fight trying to kite back away. A big shield, though. That's going to be the big point. Mitofu taking up everything. He gets the Fear Beyond Death. They'll win the top side of the fight as well. MLP running through. Mitofu finds CKG on the backside. Aristocrat can't live. It's a double kill for Piplup on the backside of the fight, and it's a Royal Decay that falls for the ace. The Ocean Soul going to MLP, and the game in the series for my little PogChamp.
Massive fight there at the end. Is great kiting there from Rito Torchic, able to kite away from the 13 kill Olaf and just barely stay alive. Matofu on the other side of the map able to hold the rest of the team at bay, and MLP able to weather the storm here of that early game Olaf and come out on top, taking the victory, and an underdog victory there.
Yeah, the upset win for my little PogChamp. They'll advance to championship weekend, top 4 in Diamond and GRLCS. That's a pretty nice little accomplishment.
Definitely.
But yeah, that was a fun little series. Thanks guys for submitting that one. Um, as always, we're looking for feedback on the cast. If you guys want to tell us what your favorite terrible joke was, what your favorite tangent was, would really appreciate some of the feedback on the cast as we kind of exist in this vacuum. Other than that, shout out to X Craze for his sub earlier, as well as whoever the anonymous gifter is that gave the subs to Piplup and Lexus. Really appreciate the support um, that you guys all give us. So that's going to do it for us this week. I think our next cast is going to be UML on Monday. So look forward to that. And then I believe that week, it might be the week after, is going to be the start of Legends up again. So we'll have LRS and LAS every week as well. But yeah, uh, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you all, and we'll hopefully see you Monday. Do we have anybody to raid? Upsurge is the only one on that I have followed right now.
Okay.
Oh, was
Nice.
Rexalis streaming? I forget if he was streaming the thing. We're gonna go watch Loker. It's the
What you looking for?
I need his stream title. We're gonna go watch Loker. It's the Diamond Scrim right now, so go support the boys. Loker
Pog.
lol. There we go. Oh, everybody already left. Fair. Understandable.
Sorry.